Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment here for live commentary, reaction, and analysis to the Los Angeles Clippers versus the LA Lakers. Actually, I think I flipped that. Right now it's the LA Clippers, right? They just call themselves the LA Clippers versus the Los Angeles Lakers. I have my setup in front of me. Now, I cannot show what's on the TV. I'm sorry. I think I'll faintly have the audio on just a little bit. That way you guys can hear some things. So you will have to follow along. Watch, if you will. Watch the box score because I'm not getting a copyright strike today. That's something that's not happening today. Thank you all for joining me in the chat. And this will be a thing that I will do occasionally, even for NFL games this upcoming season. I'm not committing to doing it every Sunday or every Thursday or every Titans game. No, I'm not doing that. But one thing that I do want to emphasize is we're doing the pregame, rituals right now. I will cover the NBA much more extensively this upcoming season. Let me make sure the audio is good because I have the microphone right in front of me. It sounds pretty good on my end. But yeah, I will be covering the NBA much more extensively this fall as the NFL season is certainly up for grabs. You need to see about that. But I really believe this NBA bubble thing is going to work. I've always wanted to do more NBA stuff, just haven't had the time for it. But luckily now, for my personal situation, I now work from home, so I have a lot more free time. And I feel like I can really cover the NBA. And similarly to the NFL, where I do cover all the teams, I will focus on one team. And the one team I will focus on will be the LA Lakers. So expect a lot of LA Laker content from me, but I'll also cover the general NBA stuff as well. So expect some of this stuff moving forward. For Laker games, I really want to recap, at least post-game recap, every Laker game that I can. The ones that I can't, I'll tell you right now, are going to be Friday, Saturday nights for the most part. Because, guys, I do have a social life. Okay, and those are the nights where I just commit to, relaxing, being social, don't really feel like coming on here and making video Friday, Saturday nights. That's just not something that I do. But the day after, I might come on in the morning or the afternoon and discuss it quickly. This is the NBA, so you really have to do it like either that night or the next morning, or by then we're already moving on to the next topic. But that's something that I will definitely do when it comes to Laker games. So, hey, there's a Laker game tonight. I can do a live commentary. I'm doing a live commentary. I'll make sure to snip out the end of this video and post it for my post-game reaction and upload that as well. For Saturday's game, that's a game where it's on a Saturday night. I'm anticipating having a poker night. I'm anticipating having a couple beers. I'm not going to come on here and recap a Laker game that I didn't watch after having a couple beers too. All right, I'm not going to do that. Sunday, will I wake up and do it? Possibly, potentially, we'll see. All right, so that's what the situation is looking like. So whenever I can do a live commentary, whenever I feel like doing a live commentary, I will. And today, I feel like doing a live commentary. One more thing. So the score, I will update as much as I can. I'm not doing it in the middle of play. It needs to be someone going to the free throw line or a commercial break or some stoppage in play. I cannot be sitting here changing the score every second like I'm a freaking maniac. I wish I had someone else to do that for me. I don't. All right, so if you really want to know the real lifetime score, look up a box score on ESPN. Okay, that's just something that you're going to have to do. But tonight, we have the LA Lakers versus the LA Clippers in this NBA restart. We just saw the Utah Jazz taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. And let's go ahead and quickly recap that game. And it was a nice restart, nice NBA restart. You ultimately saw why the Pelicans, I don't think they're going to be able to make it to the playoffs this season. Now, if they were actually going up against the schedule they were previously scheduled to go up against before we went into the lockdown situation, I think they might have. They might have. I still don't think they would have. I still think the Grizzlies would have got the AC. But now the Pelicans are forced to face nothing but playoff teams primarily, right? There's one or two non-playoff teams that they'll face, but now they're only going to be playing playoff teams, which makes the schedule a lot more difficult, and then you have to catch up and you have to at least get within 4 games of the Memphis Grizzlies. And also you have to ensure the fact that no other team, is that 9th seed, right? Which is also going to be a difficult battle in and of itself. Don't quite see them do that. And you saw late down the stretch, although they were looking very good in the second quarter, they had 60 points in the second quarter at one point, heading into halftime. But at the late game, man, they just allowed the Utah Jazz to get on the run. They had no, return offensively. They had no go-to plan offensively, setting for a lot of outside shots, not driving in the paint, not drawing fouls. You thought J.J. Redick would do that. He had a nice three late. You thought he would take a little more veteran leadership. Brandon Ingram, I love. I've been a huge Brandon Ingram fan ever since the LA Lakers drafted him. He's not ready in terms of being able to consistently go down and get to the paint, draw fouls, and they'll take some of those tough shots. Like, you can tell me he takes tough shots, right? He almost made the game-winning three, or at least the go-ahead three with just seconds left. But they're just not there yet. And they right now have the standings in front of me. I mean, they're within 4 games of the Grizzlies. But not only do you have to be within 4 games of the Grizzlies, you have to be better than the Kings. You have to be better than the Blazers. And I'm not sure they're going to do that. We'll see. And then if they do, remember, you have to beat the Grizzlies not once but twice. Right, this is the new elimination format that they have for the 8-9 seed, where it's basically a best of 2. You have to win 2, or if you're the 8 seed, you have to win 1. And it's a little ridiculous to me, but we're just gonna roll with it. So, Zion, like someone in the chat said, Zion only played 13 minutes, and yes, I think that definitely played a factor. But again, I just have faith. I have fear in the Pelicans. And let's go ahead and pull up the Pelicans schedule right now and see what we're looking at. Moving forward, this is one of 8 games, right? So you don't want to concede, these games. But let's see what the rest of the schedule looks like, and maybe I'll feel a little bit better about their chances, but this was not a good start tonight. So, next they face the LA Clippers, then the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Sacramento Kings, then the Washington Wizards, then the San Antonio Spurs, then the Kings and the Magic. This is actually a pretty easy schedule. I don't know why they got this easy of a schedule. You're not facing the Lakers on here. You're not facing the Bucks on here. You're not facing the Thunder on here. I'm surprised they actually got this decent of a schedule. So look at the schedule. Okay, I think they could actually do it. But it depends again on what the Blazers and the Kings look like. And we have Skitty, Carmelo Anthony out there right now. We have a rejuvenated Damian Lillard and a CJ McCollum. That's who I'm betting on. I'm betting on the Blazers to be better than the Pelicans at the end of the day. That's my bet. We'll see. They lost today. All right, so now they're moving in the wrong direction. And their standings should be updated. So now they're a half a game behind of the Blazers. And we'll see if they're able to catch up, in the next game. Will they beat the Clippers at this point, Saturday? Montrezl Harrell should... I don't know what's going on with Montrezl Harrell, to be honest with you. I think Lou Williams should still be in the bubble. So it's certainly possible, but, being that combo and duo of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, it would be difficult. And that Grizzlies game is going to be so crucial. The Kings, they can take care of the Kings, the Wizards, the Spurs, the Magic. I mean, there's only one playoff team on here. Maybe 2 in the Memphis Grizzlies. So actually a pretty decent schedule. And let me also pull up the Portland Trail Blazers schedule. And let's take a look at that. What is that schedule looking like? And actually, can I do a window capture? Would that work? Let's do that. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I'm looking at whenever I'm looking at this stuff. So let's look at the Blazers schedule. And actually, let's go ahead and make this smaller. Let's bring this layer. Do we want the chat? Yeah, no, I think for this, whenever I'm doing a window capture, because it's hard to see as is, let me leave it full screen. So we look at the Blazers schedule, right? They host the Grizzlies. Yeah, they go, I was about to say they go to Boston, but it's all in Orlando anyway. They face the Celtics, the Rockets, the Nuggets, the Clippers, the 76ers, the Mavericks. Oh, see, look, this is the exact opposite here. Okay, see, this is where the NBA conspiracies, right? Here come the NBA conspiracy theorists. Everyone thinks that the NBA wants the Pelicans to make the playoffs. All right, well, you have a damn point. Because how the hell is the Pelicans' remaining schedule so cupcake? They get the Kings twice, they get the Magic, they get the Wizards, they get the Spurs. Here you have the Portland Trail Blazers getting the Grizzlies, the Celtics, the Rockets, the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Sixers, the Mavericks. Okay, and their one easy gimme is the Nets. This makes no sense to me. I'll tell you that right now, and I might change my opinion right now. I think I have the Pelicans. Let's see what the Sacramento Kings do. What's their schedule looking like? And I don't think the Spurs are going anywhere. No LaMarcus Aldridge. I'm going to go ahead and forget about the San Antonio Spurs and the Phoenix Suns. So the Sacramento Kings, what is their schedule? Sacramento Kings, they face the Spurs, the Magic, the Mavericks, the Pelicans, the Nets, the Rockets, the Pelicans, the Lakers. So this is in the middle. I don't think the Kings are really going to do anything this year. You know, Luke Walton and company, they're going to be in the mix. But yeah, I don't know. The Pelicans might be the bet. You know, that might be the bet. So anyway, the game is about to kick off here. Lakers, Clippers, live on TNT, live commentary here on Sports Fan Entertainment. Again, I'm a Laker fan. I'm not going to be biased when giving commentary here. I promise you of that. But you look at this game tonight, no Montrezl Harrell, no Lou Williams for the LA Clippers. This is a game that the LA Lakers should absolutely win. They should have no problem winning this game, defeating the LA Clippers tonight. Yes, they still have the duo of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard out there. There still should be no issue in terms of defeating those two teams, in terms of defeating this team. You know, when you talk about having Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams, two men who are averaging over 18 points a game this year for the LA Clippers. There's a two pivotal men, you know, Lou Williams, who is likely to win yet again another Sixth Man of the Year award. Montrezl Harrell, we know how much of a beast he's been. So we'll see, though. We're about to tip off here. Ivica Zubac, the former LA Laker, in the tip-off opposite of JaVale McGee, and it is the Lakers that come up with it, Danny Green. LeBron passing to Green. And you're already seeing Kawhi Leonard matched up against LeBron James. We'll see if that remains true throughout the game. McGee, nice little lay-in there. I wasn't sure if he was passing to Anthony Davis, but a nice lay-in there for JaVale McGee as the Lakers get off to a 2-0 start. And see, you look at the LA Lakers, and one thing that they have, and this is where a lot of people believe that the Milwaukee Bucks might be their biggest threat. I'm not worried about the Milwaukee Bucks when it comes to the LA Lakers, because they have the length required to stop Giannis Antetokounmpo. When you're talking about having LeBron James out there playing point guard a lot of the time, JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to have difficult problems driving down and being able to score consistently against the length that they have. I think the Clippers are much more of a threat for the Lakers right now. If the Lakers can get through the Western Conference, I think they beat the Bucks easier than they beat the LA Clippers, and however long it would take. Anthony Davis, difficult turnaround J, off the mark. McGee packs it back out to Danny Green. LeBron, corner three, won't go. McGee showing a nice energy, not unable to get the ball. Zubac with the rebound and a loose ball foul called on JaVale McGee. There is some Isaac Bonga conversation in the chat. I don't know why Isaac Bonga is being mentioned. But yeah, Isaac Bonga is a 6'9" point guard, and you know, I guess a promising one to some people, but I don't know. His game is just a whole lot of nothing offensively for me. And then, I don't know about Montrezl Harrell being an old head. And then someone mentioned P.J. Tucker is 35. I don't think he's out of shape. P.J. Tucker is not out of shape. He may not look like he's in basketball shape as the Lakers knocked down that three-pointer. I think that was Danny Green. I wasn't looking at the moment. But he's in shape. Trust me, the way he runs around every day for the Rockets, he has to be in shape. May not look in shape. There's a difference between looking in shape and being in shape. He's in shape, right? He's able to keep up with the Rockets every night. He's in basketball shape. He just doesn't look shaped, right? He's not shaped, but he's in shape. And yes, that was Danny Green hitting the corner three. And see, Danny Green, to me now, this man is going to be the key for the LA Lakers this season, especially this upcoming postseason, because this man is going to have to provide the perimeter defense that they need. Now, he is getting up there in age, right? But with Avery Bradley going down, with him opting out of this, of this NBA bubble, this NBA restart, where is their perimeter defense going to come from? It's going to have to come from Danny Green, because LeBron's only going to give you so much. We already know about that. So absolutely Danny Green, and that's a nice start for him with that three-pointer. Kawhi hits one of two free throws, and back comes the Lakers. And again, you're seeing LeBron at the point, facilitating for the Lakers, trying to make things happen. Davis, inside, difficult. Couldn't get it over Ivica Zubac. And here comes Kawhi Leonard. Green on Leonard, the former teammates in Toronto. And they call an offensive foul on Kawhi Leonard. They say he pushed off on Danny Green. I don't know about this call. I think that's a weak call by the referee there, but they call an offensive foul there on Kawhi Leonard, and the Lakers go back up the court. And another foul called on the LA Clippers. This time, Paul George apparently is getting too handsy with Anthony Davis. So the referee is setting a very soft tone to start this game. Very bizarre what's going on right now in Orlando. So we have a timeout now, but already some animosity between the Clippers and the officials. This would be something to look out for moving forward. I have a question in the chat by Anthony Barker who asks, do I like Tom Thibodeau as the new head coach for the New York Knicks? Absolutely not. Okay, this is not something that I like. Now, I don't hate it. But here's the thing. I just get frustrated in the NBA with these teams that are so content having this coaching carousel. The same coaches getting recycled over and 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 over again. If Tom Thibodeau could not have success in Minnesota with Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, and then temporarily Jimmy Butler, why is he going to have success in New York where they have nothing? So, if he is supposed to be a little transitional coach that'll bring you back to being a playoff team, and then you get that, Steve Kerr that's going to take it to the next level, then I'm okay with it. But you got him to a 5-year deal. That's not what that says. Now, it's not my money, right? That's James Dolan's money, so I don't have to worry about paying the bill. But let me tell you, you think he's going to be still head coach of the Knicks at the end of this 5-year deal? 3 years. 3 years, and then he's out. 4 max. Okay, so if you want to pay that bill, if you want to write that check, that's fine. I'm not doing it. I'm not writing the check. I would have liked to have seen, someone from the college ranks. I think more NBA teams to look for coaches in the college ranks. You look at what Billy Donovan is currently doing for the Oklahoma City Thunder, bringing them from being a team that a lot of people thought was going to be one of the worst teams in the NBA this season, a team that was going to be tanking this NBA season. Now they're a playoff team, definitively. I want to say they're the 5th seed right now, maybe the 4th. And, that's the type of coach you look for. Now, sometimes you might strike out like the Chicago Bulls did with their coach that just left. But it was just nice to swing for the fences to me. But look, Tom Thibodeau, he's going to bring you to a certain point. The bigger problem for the Knicks is, can they get any damn talent whatsoever? Okay? And right now the answer is no, because I'm not in love with R.J. Barrett at all. Okay, now we have another question from Patton. Actually, no, we should actually go back. Let's go back to Self-Made, who says, MJ, you know who really is overrated? DeMar DeRozan. He's 31, can't play defense, and not explosive as he used to be. Yeah, and he can't shoot the 3 either. He's not a shooter at all. Is he overrated? No, I think he's perfectly rated. I think everyone knows how good he is, and he's all right, but he's not that good. Everyone knew when he went to the West that he wasn't going to be an all-star anymore. Everyone knew he was only an all-star because he was in the East. I think he's rated exactly where people know where he should be rated. Pat says, MJ, as a Cavs fan, trying to worry about Darius Garland? No. And I went to school with Darius Garland. And I knew coming out, he's just too skinny right now. He needs to add to his frame. My one concern for him is he's never going to be a passer. He's never going to be a rebounder. I don't think he's ever going to be a good defender. But he's going to be able to knock down some shots. I think he's eventually going to be a 17, 18, maybe 20-plus point per game scorer. Is he ever going to be efficient? I think so. From 3, from the field, not enough. So, this is not a star, I don't think. But, he really has elite shooting potential. So, I would not be concerned yet when it comes to Darius Garland. No, I still don't get the Colin Sexton-Darius Garland match. But, whatever. You guys just wanted to draft someone with talent, and Darius Garland had that, so that's why you drafted him. Now, we are back from commercial. I think they called they called a defensive foul on the Pelicans, which puts Anthony Davis at the line. So yet another foul called on the LA Clippers. That should be their 3rd or 4th team foul at this point. I want to say their 3rd as Davis hits his first free throw. And this is the thing when it comes to Lakers as well when you look at this upcoming postseason. Anthony Davis, now he has been the leading scorer for the Lakers this season, but there has been points in the 4th quarter where he hasn't stepped up, where he hasn't been that MVP level that you would have liked to have seen from this guy and this level of talent. If he can provide that 30-plus point per game, Tim Duncan-esque efficiency and domination, oh my goodness, him and LeBron are going to barrel through everyone. But if he thinks he can just provide 23, 24 points per game, that's not going to be good enough. Not without Avery Bradley, and not against this LA Clippers team with Kawhi and Paul George. That's a missed 3-pointer there Ooh, and another foul called on the LA Clippers. Clippers currently struggling. This time it is that Markieff or Marcus? I always forget. That's Marcus. Sorry, Marcus Morris. That picks up another foul. That should be his first. And LeBron, oh, he should have pulled up from 3 there. Gets it to Davis. He wanted to pull up. Davis, floater inside, gets it to go. So Anthony Davis now finding his offensive rhythm a little bit. And the Lakers are up by 6. Joakim Noah is now in at center, by the way. Paul George walking his quarantine cut. Kawhi inside. And they called a foul. Danny Green. I don't know about that call. They called a foul on Danny Green, who came over for the help defense. Personally, I don't think Danny Green even needed to cover the help defense there. I trust Anthony Davis to be able to guard Kawhi Leonard in that situation. Kawhi able to knock down 2 free throws, bringing it back to a 4-point game. Anthony Davis, ooh, spin move, gets past Marcus Morris and lays it in. Anthony Davis continuing his nice start today, and the Lakers are back up by 6. Oh, Patrick Beverley trying to make a move. Patrick Beverley inside. Nice reverse layup by Patrick Beverley. Oh, sorry, not Patrick Beverley, Reggie Jackson. Sorry, backup Clippers point guard. Hey, this is an NBA restart for all of us, all right? This is an NBA restart for all of us. Reggie Jackson with a nice reverse layup. And as AD throws it out of bounds. Yeah, nice reverse. Oh, and spin move by Anthony Davis there. And then here comes Reggie Jackson with a nice reverse layup, beating JaVale McGee and having Joakim Noah have his back there inside. Kawhi Leonard working outside, working on LeBron. But Kawhi's able to drive inside. Nice drive by Kawhi Leonard. Now asserting himself offensively. And that's what he's going to have to do. No Montrezl Harrell, no Lou Williams. That is 37 points that the Clippers are missing tonight per game. They're going to need for Kawhi Leonard to step up consistently today. And a bad foul there by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, trying to stop the fast break. And someone in the chat said that, yes, Joakim Noah is still in the NBA, and he is playing for the LA Clippers. Ooh. Almost a 5-second violation. Oh, and JaVale McGee is able to steal the ball, working on Noah. JaVale McGee is able to lay it in. Fast break lay-in by JaVale McGee. I was worried there when he went for that little floater if he had gone for it too soon, but JaVale McGee able to lay it in over Joakim Noah. Lakers back up by 4. Kawhi Leonard driving inside. Oh, missed there by Kawhi Leonard. Rebound by the Clippers, though. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope unable to stay in front of Kawhi. And an offensive foul called against Kawhi Leonard. Yes, and I agree with this call. Anthony Davis had his feet set. He was standing right there. He was outside of the restricted zone. And Kawhi Leonard ran into him without regard. I think that is a good call by the referees there. That'll take us to another timeout. So 13-9, Lakers currently up by 4 points. And the Clippers have taken the timeout. Some confusion there by the referees or maybe by the TV, I'm not sure. But it is 13-9 with the Lakers out in front. Let's see. Any questions in the chat that I missed? And yes, I agree with Joe H. Everyone like the stream. Please like the stream. Help out this channel. Help out Sports Fan Entertainment with the algorithm. People, I am back. I am back and I'm rolling. I'm giving content. But you gotta like the videos. You gotta watch the videos. That way we can get more views, more people added to the family, and we can continue to make this thing pop. Question here by Selfmade. MJ, were you old enough to watch Prime Josh Smith with the Hawks? I wasn't. I wasn't. How good do you think he was? Well, I absolutely was old enough. I didn't have to be old. I don't have to be that old. How young are you? Okay, Prime Josh Smith. Dude, that was like 2007. That was like 2007, 2008. Of course, I was there for that. And he was good. It was a different time for sure in the league where, you know, if you just had that sort of athleticism, you could just go to the rim and just, you know, dunk on people. And that's what he did with regular fashion. And he had a decent three-pointer, you know, it was like 31, 32%. But for his height and for his overall game and ability, you know, he definitely was able to get it done. Okay, yeah, you're 17. So that makes more sense. Yeah, because I'm like, Prime Josh Smith, that's like 2007. That's not that far. If you ask me from like Prime Penny Hardaway, okay, yeah, I'm not old enough for that. But Prime Josh Smith, that to me, that's my childhood right there. That's my absolute childhood. But he was good. You know, he was certainly good. Now, I'm taking Joe Johnson over him. I'm definitely taking Joe Johnson over him. But he was good. And still a wonder to me that Hawks team, did they even make the Eastern Conference Finals? I don't think that Hawks team did. Now, I know the 13, I think it was even later than that. Maybe it was like 2015. Yeah, like 2015, 16 Hawks did, you know, with Jeff Teague and Al Horford, Paul Millsap. But it still surprised me that the Josh Smith, Joe Johnson, Jamal Crawford, that Hawks team never even made an Eastern Conference Finals. You know, that was actually surprising to me at the time. Okay, so we do have, SB. Remind me your question, SB. I missed it. Or maybe I can scroll up and find it. Let me see. Oh, okay, I got it now. So SB asks, MJ, what do you think will happen first? The Titans making the Super Bowl or the Grizzlies making a conference final? Just curious. Well, first of all, I don't know if either one's going to happen ever. I mean, the Grizzlies made the conference final in like 2013. So that's not true. Which one's going to happen first? I mean, look, the Grizzlies, I like where the Grizzlies are headed. They still need to add talent. And I don't know where the talent's going to come from now because now I'm going to be picking in the middle of the draft for the next 5+ years. So I'm saying Titans making a Super Bowl, baby. That's where I got it. Because I just don't know where the Grizzlies are going to come from. Like, who's going to come to Memphis? You never know. I feel like players are going to want to play with John Morant. But, you know, for right now, it's just hard to say. As Kentavious Caldwell-Pope drives to the rim and is fouled. I'm not sure if that foul counts. And it does. An and one for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Nice give and go by Anthony Davis there. Perfect Shot did have an off-topic question, but I'll answer it anyway. He said, what do you think of the Ocho Cinco bet of A.J. Brown getting over 1,500 receiving yards? It's ridiculous. It's not happening. I'm sorry. I wish it would. But look, Corey Davis is still going to eat a little bit. Adam Humphries will eat a little bit. Jonnu will eat a little bit. We don't throw enough passing yards for that. If he had a 5,000-yard passer, sure. Tannehill's going to get 4,000. But, you know, even a little above 4,000. But 1,500 is too high. That's too high. If he does, though, I'll be over the freaking moon. Oh, and LeBron James unable to corral the rebound. So it'll still be Clippers ball there.
The 29th different starting lineup is what the Clippers took into this game. They start Reggie Jackson at the point for a second time this season at their point guard position. Here is Noah.
Landry Shamet is now in the game. Ooh, long three by Reggie Jackson is off the mark. Here comes Anthony Davis with the ball. Anthony Davis showing off some of his dribbles, some of his handles. Now backing down on Paul George. Switch there. Here comes LeBron. Ooh, and a nice. Ooh, nice dish from LeBron to JaVale McGee. And a nice dunk by McGee. Lakers now up by 9, 18-9 here in the first quarter. Paul George, who's been very quiet, comes inside and is able to lay it in. So Paul George now trying to insert himself into this conversation. They certainly need him right now if you're the LA Clippers. LeBron trying to work against Paul George. Couldn't come up with anything. Anthony Davis. Ooh. Wow, with a high arcing step back jumper. Unable to get that one to go against JaMychal Green as Reggie Jackson fires a three. That one's off the mark. Rebound Anthony Davis to LeBron. Lakers still having their starting lineup out on the court. No substitutions yet, but some waiting on the side. LeBron getting past George. No. Good defense by George, but an offensive rebound by JaVale McGee. Looks like it might have been a loose ball foul, what they call. But yes, an offensive foul called against JaVale McGee. So that would be McGee's second, and he should be subbed out momentarily. So Joakim Noah is to the line now. If you were listening to the commentary, apparently he had some accident in his kitchen that hurt his Achilles, so that's why he had to miss the 6 months. But the Clippers are calling upon him now in relief of Montrezl Harrell. Misses that free throw. You know, still one of the worst free throw shooters in the NBA. Certainly also in NBA history. Patrick Beverly checks in the game for the LA Clippers. And Alex Caruso and Kyle Kuzma checking in the game for the LA Lakers. So here comes some of the bench players for the Lakers, and then Kyle Kuzma. There will be eyes on him. How will he be able to produce in this NBA restart, in this NBA bubble? As Davis Caldwell-Pope fires a three, unable to go, and here come the Clippers. And this should be Paul George's time to shine. Paul George fires a three. Couldn't hit. Rebound, Joakim Noah passes back out to Paul George. But yes, no Kawhi Leonard on the court, no LeBron on the court. It's Paul George, it's Anthony Davis. George working against Davis. Passes out. I thought that was a travel. It is George, misses, air ball, and that is a shot clock violation. So Paul George trying to get something going offensively, but Anthony Davis meeting him at the rim every time. Alex Caruso now dribbling the ball up the court. And he's guarded by Shamet. Davis to Caldwell-Pope. Pope. Ooh. And that is a foul inside, I believe, by Patrick Beverly, which will send Anthony Davis back to the line. So Anthony Davis remaining in the game for the LA Lakers will be back to the free throw line. And we know how feisty Patrick Beverly can be. He's having a talk right now with Doc Rivers. The Lakers are now in the bonus. The Clippers are in the bonus as well. Davis hits on the first free throw. And Davis hits the second. So two nice free throws there for Anthony Davis, putting the Lakers back up by 8. Beverly guarded by Caruso. Ooh, Caruso bumping into JaMychal Green. They call a foul on Caruso for bumping into JaMychal Green. So that'll put Patrick Beverly at the line. Beverly hits on the first, and you can see the virtual fans in the background there. And, you know, at first I thought this idea was corny, and it still is a little bit. But, it's actually playing better on television than I thought it would. So I have to give it credit, man. I mean, this NBA and Adam Silver, they've really done the best job in terms of any professional league in terms of, coming up with what to do in these quarantine times. And, I mean, they're really doing a good job as Anthony Davis is inside. He's stripped. Here comes Landry Shamet. Pass to Noah. JaMychal Green hits the corner three, and that puts the LA Clippers back within three. They say it's a two. They say his foot was on the line, so within four. Davis almost put up for three, and he's able to draw the foul. Now it's going to be a two-point foul. He had his foot inside there. But how about this strip by Joakim Noah, still showing his defensive awareness. And then Joakim Noah finding JaMychal Green, and yes, that was a two-pointer for the corner shot. Nice play by Joakim Noah, despite not being in the NBA for a number of months this season, despite suffering the Achilles injury that he did, still finding ways to make plays and use his overall basketball IQ and awareness. And that is something that Joakim Noah has always had since his days at UF. Davis hits the first, and Anthony Davis having a very strong first quarter right now. He's leading the way for the LA Lakers. I'm pulling up the box score right now. In fact, let me pull it up my phone. That way I don't slow the stream. It's probably a better idea. Yes, Anthony Davis hits another. So Anthony Davis continuing to be strong for the Lakers today. He's at 10 points already. Paul George and a foul called on the Clippers, an offensive foul, illegal screen on JaMychal Green. So a lot of fouls being called early here in this Clippers and Lakers contest. I feel it's at least 14 team fouls total between these two teams with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Very bizarre stuff. Contavious Caldwell-Pope loses the ball. Here comes the Clippers. Here comes Paul George. It's George. It's Green. Oh, and Alex Caruso gets in the passing lane. It's still Clippers ball. Really surprised that Paul George did not lob that up to JaMychal Green. Seemed like the obvious play to me. Landry Shamet pulls up. Couldn't get it to go. Here come the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma. Caruso. Horton Tucker is in the game. Oh, sorry, that's Dion Waiters. Almost said Dion Lewis. Dion Waiters is in the game for the LA Lakers. So we're going to see what Dion Waiters is able to do for the LA Lakers. This was, one of their bubble signings, in need of more depth after the opt-out of Avery Bradley. The question is right now with Dion Waiters, will he be able to succumb himself to being, more of a facilitator, being able to actually help out his team, or is he still going to look to get his and his alone? That's going to be the huge question for the Lakers moving forward. And also J.R. Smith, who was also added. He waits patiently on the bench for his opportunity. Oh, a collision in the middle there. And it looks like another foul called against JaMychal Green, which should put Anthony Davis at the free throw line. And Dion Waiters is just such an interesting player. Why is this guy so famous for nothing? Now he's going to be, if he actually has, a significant player or two in the playoffs, like now he's actually going to blow up. But Dion Waiters, for a guy that's played for Cleveland and Miami, a very famous player. Obviously, he had the incident on the plane. So that's how I'm sure, definitely a part of it. But he's going to blow up now that he's in LA for sure. Anthony Davis again at the line. Hits it again. So, if you're an LA Clipper fan, you have to be very frustrated by the amount of free throws that the Lakers are getting here in this contest. But it is what it is. Kuzma firing a three and gets it to go. Kyle Kuzma puts the Lakers up by double digits for the first time in this contest, 27-16. Very strong first quarter for the Lakers. A lot of us expected them to win tonight, as Paul George drives inside and draws the foul. And the question is for Kyle Kuzma, can he be the number 3 option to LeBron and Anthony Davis? Now, this is an NBA where you don't need a great number 3 option, right? There's no Golden State Warriors out here. There's no LeBron Miami Heat out there. There's no San Antonio Spurs out there, right? The Clippers' third best player is Lou Williams. The Milwaukee Bucks' third best player is Malcolm Brogdon, right? You need to be a great third best player, but you do need to be a significant one that's going to be consistent. And those two guys I just mentioned are pretty damn consistent, right? So that's the question with Kyle Kuzma. And, definitely a nice three-pointer to get him started in this contest. Ooh, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope lays it in to put the Lakers back up by 11. Paul George guarded by Kuzma. George inside. Gets it to go off the bank. So Paul George now starting to assert himself. He has 9 points for the Clippers. And again, it's going to be up to him and Kawhi to lead the pack. Anthony Davis pulling up for 3. Couldn't get it to go. But Kuzma showing nice effort. Couldn't get the rebound, though. Oh, and someone just mentioned, Malcolm Brogdon is on the Pacers now. My bad. I forgot about that. I'll get to some of these questions during the commercial break, by the way. As Paul George lines up a 3, couldn't get it to go. Rebound, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. He gets it to Dion Waiters. Dion Waiters passes to AD. Caldwell-Pope inside. Couldn't get it to go, but Anthony Davis with the follow over Joakim Noah. Joakim Noah got caught sleeping. Anthony Davis up to, I want to say, 13 or 14 points in this first quarter of the Lakers. 31 points total. He is eating, and he has not missed a minute. As JaMychal Green fires a 3. He's off the mark. Rebound, Caruso. Caruso to Kuzma. Kuzma, a 3. Couldn't get it to go, but a foul. A 3-point foul for Kyle Kuzma, setting him to the line. So the LA Lakers are dominating right now. They are setting the pace. They are setting the tone. And Anthony Davis is leading the pack, leading the effort, and Kyle Kuzma, his second 3 of the first quarter, his second 3 of the last minute as well. Misses the first free throw, though. And they're having the debate right now of who is LeBron's best teammate ever. Is it Anthony Davis or is it Dwayne Wade? And, I would actually argue for that 2011 season, the first season of Miami, that Dwayne Wade might have been better, but he didn't play like it at all. This is the best teammate production LeBron has ever had. I will say that. I will not say that Anthony Davis right now is better than 2011 Dwayne Wade. He certainly is playing better. But I think Dwayne Wade was just taking such a back seat, at the time to LeBron. He was really submitting to LeBron. But this is without a doubt the best teammate production and efficiency and overall play. in terms of productivity, as Kyle Kuzma fires another three, couldn't hit, that LeBron has ever had. You know, and it's not even close, actually, because Dwayne Wade might have averaged like 19 points that season, maybe 20. I mean, Anthony Davis averaging like 25 and like 11 right now, with blocks as well, like 2 blocks a game. So LeBron way off from 3. It goes out of bounds. So LeBron James not having the best start in today's game, but with Anthony Davis doing what he's doing, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Ooh, here comes Reggie Jackson. And Reggie Jackson throws it down. An emphatic dunk by Reggie Jackson. Trying to pump some life into this Clippers team as their first quarter comes to an end. LeBron to Caruso. Caruso's been quiet thus far. Bron back to Caruso. Caruso finds Kuzma. Kuzma's going to fire another 3. And misses. So Kyle Kuzma 1 of 4 from 3-point range, just getting very comfortable with those 3-pointers, a little too comfortable. So Reggie Jackson dwindling down the clock, a 2-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jackson. And a foul by Dwight Howard that will send Jackson to the line with 7.5 seconds left in the first quarter. So Reggie Jackson trying to pump some life into this Clippers team. No Lou Williams out there. That is something he's absolutely going to have to do on tonight's occasion. Jackson unable to hit on that free throw. Reggie Jackson, who has, definitely been a lesser player the past number of years, but this is such a great opportunity for him to add some respect back to his name. Look at this season, only 12.8 points, 42% from the field, 2.9 rebounds. Not what he used to be for the Pistons, back in the day. But again, what an opportunity he has to reclaim some respect to his name. 10-point game, 7 seconds left. I don't know why Caruso passed it back to Kuzma there. Kuzma driving inside, couldn't get it to go. But a foul. He is also fouled by JaMychal Green. That should be JaMychal Green's 3rd or 4th personal foul at this point. JaMychal Green struggling out there in terms of keeping his fouls under. JaMychal Green really struggling right now with his foul trouble. Kuzma hits the first. And he hits the second. 1.7 left. Going to be a quick heave here for the Clippers. Couldn't get it to go. Now the clock did stop. I'm not sure what they called. Potentially a travel? Yeah, they called a travel, so the Lakers will have 0.2 seconds. Kuzma couldn't get it to go. So that will be your first quarter. So at the end of the first quarter, we have the LA Lakers up 35-23. Strong play by Anthony Davis, leading the pack for the LA Lakers. I'm pulling up the box score now. In this NBA restart. So currently, box score, Kawhi Leonard, he has 5 points. He has 1 rebound and 2 fouls. Another 2 fouls from Marcus Morris and Ivica Zubac, respectively. JaMychal Green with 2, Joakim Noah with 2, and Patrick Beverley with 2. So a lot of early foul trouble here for the LA Clippers. Paul George had 8 points. He was 3 of 7 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3-point range, added a rebound. You look at the Lakers side of things again. How about that boy, Anthony Davis? 14 points. He has 3 of 8 from the field. He has 3 rebounds and 1 assist. So very strong play early here from Anthony Davis. You hope to see more of this. And then also we have Contavious Caldwell Pope with 5, JaVale McGee with 6, Kyle Kuzma with 7, and LeBron with 0. 0 points for LeBron James in the first quarter. He's 0 of 3 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3-point range. But he does have 5 assists, so he's still doing his job in terms of being able to facilitate, in terms of being able to make things happen for the Lakers offensively. And at the end of the day, that's all you want when they're up by 12. So give me a quick moment. I'm going to try to get a little more lighting. I could use some more lighting right here. Just to, because I'm black, right? So just to make my face a little more visible, and I'll answer your questions. Also, what I might do is I might just increase. Oh, that is not what I want. Okay. Where's my C90? Yep, properties. And let me see. If I did this, would this improve? It might. Let's see. So I'm gonna try to also decrease the frames per second to help with some of the lag, because I know at sometimes at points the stream will lag because it is a lot on my computer to be streaming 1080p, 30 frames a second for hours on end. So hopefully that improves with some of the lag we're having. Woo! Okay, now that is some bloody lighting. And then let's see if we can place that about. Yeah, I should have done that a lot earlier. That is a lot better. Yeah, boy. Okay, that's kind of bright though. Let me turn that down just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, now you guys can see me in all my flavor. And do I want that? Do I want that? That was like alright. That one's, I think, the best. I don't know. I kind of like the warm one. Yeah, we need to be a little warm at times. Okay, so a little more lighting. There you go. And then now, let's answer some of the questions that you guys were asking during the broadcast. And then we'll return to live commentary. Lakers 35, Clippers 23 after the first quarter. We're going to also update this quarter thing before anyone asks me to do that. And we are back to the game. I'll return to live commentary in a second. Just wanted to get to some of these questions. I'm not sure if I'll be able to answer everything. When was the last time this chat updated? Okay, Drew asked, when you were just making videos in the corner of your room, that's good old days. And back then you had hopes for the Titans and their future. Since then, do you think, or do you feel that they have lived up to any of those expectations, I guess, or hopes? And what differences? Oh, geez. I mean, it's certainly not been what I hoped it would be, because obviously I hoped that Marcus Mariota was going to be one that got us there. But in terms of being the contender that we now are, I mean, yeah. I mean, we just need to take that one last leap. You know, that's what we're hoping for. And, you know, if we continue with what Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry were doing for us last season, then we're there. You know, and then it's just going to be about winning those last couple of games. We have to prove that this season, though, that we're a legitimate contender in this league, because people don't believe that. Perfect Shot asked earlier, what do I think LeBron has to do to solidify himself as a GOAT? He has to win at least 2 more rings. At least. And that's not even going to solidify himself. To solidify, it had to be 3. And even then, now, if he won 3 more, most people would say, okay, he's the GOAT. Even then, a lot of people would still say Jordan. But that would be the one point where it'd be 60-40. If he won 3 more, which is not going to happen. He's too old for that at this point. And not only of those 3, he probably have to win Finals MVP for at least 2 of them, too. Because if Anthony Davis starts carrying the team for like 2 of those rings, then everyone's gonna say, "Well, Anthony Davis carried you." So he'd have to win at least 3 more rings to me and be Finals MVP for 2 of them. At that point, 60% would say, "Okay, he's the GOAT," and it'd only be 60%. It's not gonna be 70, 80. No, it's not gonna be. If he wins 2 more rings, it'll be 50-50, and then everyone's gonna debate that forever. Forever, everyone's going to debate that. People are debating it now, but right now it's 80-20. Only 20 people think it's LeBron. If he wins one more, it'll be 70-30. If he wins another one after that, it'll be 55-45. That's what I think. You know, but probably 50-50. Yeah, 50-50 if he wins two more. Probably 50-50. All right, so LeBron, though, with a nice slam. And let's return to commentary. He misses that jumper. So LeBron trying to get involved offensively. Now 1 of 5 from the field as Landry Shamet misses a 3. Landry Shamet not having success early offensively. Reggie Jackson. Jackson fires a 3. Gets it to go. Reggie Jackson with a 3-pointer. How about Reginald Jackson showing up for the LA Clippers tonight? Oh, Deion Waiters fires a 3, and that's what you should expect from Deion Waiters. He's going to fire those. LeBron inside. Gets it to go over Kawhi Leonard. So LeBron James asserting himself offensively. As Kawhi Leonard gets it to Shamet, but blocked from behind by LeBron, what they call a goaltend. And I thought LeBron got there in time. I thought LeBron got there on time on that one, but they called a goaltend. But yeah, LeBron James was facilitating in the first quarter, coming out with 5 assists, you know, dishing it well, getting it to his teammates, and then now driving, now asserting himself offensively with Anthony Davis on the bench. Dwight Howard now in the game, by the way, as Deion Waiters drives and finishes. Deion Waiters able to finish there for the LA Lakers as he provides a nice little stink face, and you should expect more of that from him, not only in the regular season, but in the postseason as well. Waiters guarding Jackson. Can Jackson continue his hot streak? He gets it down deep. Ooh, to Kawhi. Kawhi Leonard with a nice flush. So now back and forth action here in the second quarter. That was a nice give by Patrick. What's his name again? Oh, I forgot his name. The dude that used to play for the Toronto Raptors. I have the roster in front of me. Patrick Patterson. Nice dish by Patrick Patterson there. So Kawhi Leonard just hit a 3-pointer as I was adjusting some video settings, and it's down to a 7-point game. So the Clippers now fighting back a little bit, showing some fight, and the Lakers take time out with Frank Vogel. SB says, MJ, you know what really grinds my gears? If a big market team like the Giants made a run like ours last season, no one would be calling it a fluke. Everyone would be on that bandwagon. Because we're a small market team, national media gives us no respect and treats us like the next Jaguar. Now, if it was the Giants, I don't know. I think people would still be kind of calling it a fluke. But I'll say this. If it were the Browns, people wouldn't be calling it a fluke. If it were... And see, I don't think it's a small market thing. I think it's just we don't have enough players that people care about. Because people care about the Browns right now. People are intriguing the Browns. People are watching the Browns because they have the stars. They have Odell. They have Baker Mayfield. And that's it. And Nick Chubb is a bit of a star. They're fun to watch. So that's why people like the Browns. That's why people care about the Browns. I don't think it's much as a small market as we just have interesting players. Kansas City is a small market. Everyone loves Kansas City. Why? Because they have Patrick Mahomes. We have Derrick Henry, who's fun to watch. AJ Brown people still don't really know about. And Tannehill is good, but he's not really that fun to watch. You know, so we're just not fun to watch. If we get players that are fun to watch, that are superstars, that are outspoken, you know, that make headlines, that talk a lot, you know, that'll change. But also, do you want that? You know, is that something that you want for your team? I'm not sure about that. So that's something that you have to consider, right? Why do people care about Cleveland? Why do people care about Kansas City? Those are big markets. They have players that people care about. So I think that's what it all boils down to. Because, for instance, right, remember when the Jets were good with Ryan Fitzpatrick? No one cared. Everyone thought it was a fluke, and they were right. Right, because they were just Ryan Fitzpatrick and Brandon Marshall at the time doing stuff, and everyone was like, "Dude, what the hell is this?" You know. So, but then when they had Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan, the Jets were huge. Everyone was talking about the Jets, even though they weren't that fun to watch. They just had Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan, and they were like must-see TV just because of that. So it just depends on that, man. I'm telling you, it's not just a big small market thing. It's just the players, really. It's a player league, not as much as the NBA. NBA is definitely a player league, but you know, it's a player league for sure. And the Cowboys, though, they're in their own category. The Cowboys, yes, that's just they have their big market. They have their team that's known for being popular, so they're just popular because everyone knows them to be popular. And it's just interesting when you look at the Dallas Cowboys. But yeah, so updated score is 41-34 as the LA Clippers make a bit of a push. Let's look at the updated box score a little bit. Kawhi Leonard, I know he had a 3-pointer. I want to see he had a 2-pointer as well. Yes, Kawhi Leonard is now up to 11 points. He's 3 of 6 from the field. He is a 1 of 1 from 3-point range. Reggie Jackson still has 8 points. Also, Paul George combining with 8 points. We're back from commercial break. Deon Waiters having the ball. Kuzma to LeBron. LeBron guarded by Patterson. Back to Kuzma. Kuzma, Waiters firing a 3, unable to hit. So this is something we should expect from Deon Waiters, man. If you pass it to him and he can kind of shoot the ball, that brother's going to shoot the ball. And that's going to get annoying for me as a Laker fan, right? So keep his minutes limited as Kawhi Leonard with a turnaround J, but is fouled by Kyle Kuzma. So Kawhi Leonard, again, asserting himself, setting himself to the line, setting himself up to get those easy single digits at the free throw line. And the Lakers need to be aware of this. They need to watch out for this. They need to be careful because this is his game. This is where he's comfortable. This is where he's dangerous. Kawhi Leonard hits the first. Had a question here in the chat. J.R. DeLafonte says, you think the Las Vegas Raiders are going to be contenders? Contenders for what? Okay, if you're talking about Super Bowl contenders, no. For the AFC West? No. For the wild card, I still don't know. I mean, personally, I'm not buying into them. But, you know, if my boy Mariota takes the helm, maybe that'll change. But no, they're going to be contenders for the wild card. I'll give them that. Contenders for the wild card. All right, audio is coming through good. Just had to listen to that. Okay, so the audio cut out, but I have this backup audio. Let me try to figure out. Let me try to fix this, my primary microphone, because this microphone is worse than that one, and I hate it. If I can't, then we'll just have to stick with this backup. So for now, we'll stay with the backup. Maybe during the commercial break, I'll try to go back. We'll see how this mic sounds right now. It should sound fine. But sometimes it can really sound annoying. It depends. Yeah, it is definitely worse. It is definitely worse. Oh, okay. Now we got two. Okay, there we go. So my new microphone is back. There we go. That's the better microphone. It's back on. It's back online. I think for a second there I had both of them on at the same time. If you guys heard that. Let me listen to it real quick. Yep. All right, yeah, so good. We're back. Yeah, there was a second there I had both of them on because I had to restart one. We are Looney Tunes back in action. So Dion Waiters, man, I mean, this is at least his sixth shot attempt tonight. Now, a nice turnaround lay-in, a nice spin move. But boy, is he asserting himself offensively, which, I guess we kind of need right now as a Laker fan. But, man, it's just going to annoy me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. As LeBron hits the free throw. And J.R. Smith is now on the court for the Lakers. And the Lakers need a damn point guard, man. I mean, I know LeBron James can be out here, playing the point. But where is the true point guard? We have Caruso. Now Caruso subs in for Dion Waiters. But for a second there, we had Waiters. We had J.R. Smith and LeBron and Danny Green. Like, what kind of backcourt is that? That's crazy. That's craziness, man. We need a damn point guard. But Caruso's out there right now, so let's see what Caruso can do. He's had a very quiet day thus far. The GOAT, Alex Caruso. Wow, nice steal by LeBron James, showing a burst of energy despite the gray beard. Offensive foul, though. Great job taking the offensive foul by Paul George. That was textbook, charge taken there by Paul George. Lakers up by 10, 48-38. Here comes Kawhi, working against Dwight, and a foul. Again, they are being very, very, very generous with the fouls tonight. Anytime anyone gets bummed, boom, it's a foul. Boom, it's a foul. It's annoying to watch as a fan, but it is what it is. Kawhi hits the first. Ivica Zubac is back in the game, as is Patrick Patterson, as is Patrick Beverley, who checks in. Kawhi Leonard with 16 points, 4 of 9 of the field. A rebound and a block to go with. And hits the second. That's 2 free throws for Kawhi Leonard. And the Clippers are back within 8. JR misses. Kawhi almost fired a 3. Chose not to. To Patterson, back to Kawhi. Guarded by Kuzma. Ooh, almost pulled up. Patterson almost pulled up. George will pull up. Can't hit. Rebound Kuzma. Anthony Davis back on the court for the Lakers as Kuzma is unable to hit. Davis unable to grab the offensive rebound. Was so close there. Paul George. Oh, getting past Smith. Passing to Leonard. Leonard pump fakes. Shoots. Misses. Kuzma. Davis working against Kuzma. Pull up Jay and misses, but a foul caught on Zubac. Wow. I don't like this consistency of Anthony Davis when it comes to pulling up mid-range jumper like that. I know he's able to hit it, but I don't think it's a high percentage shot. Lakers shooting 44% from the field. Clippers shooting 39%. So shaky starts for both teams. And not a lot of three-pointers taken to justify those low percentages, by the way. Davis hits the first.
Daily fantasy and free to play game. It's the Lakers by 9. They've led the entire way. 15 for Anthony Davis.
And we have a timeout on the court. So Lakers 49, Clippers 40 as we continue here in the second quarter. And this is what I expect the game to be moving forward. I can't remember what the odds were tonight. Someone in the chat asked, when is Rondo coming back? That's a good question. But I think the timeline is still like 4 weeks for Rajon Rondo right now. So then that's roughly like 4 to 6 weeks. Someone else asked, where does Dak rank among quarterbacks? I would say 10. So I have an actual list in my notes here. It's not like my definitive list, but it's like I just like was bored one day and I made my own list. I have him 14. Okay? And don't just clip this out and say this is MJ's quarterback rankings, definitive quarterback rankings. It's not quite, but this is what I got. Russell Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Breeze, Rodgers, yes, I still have Rodgers that high, Brady, Watson, Ryan, Roethlisberger, Jackson. Yes, I have Jackson behind Roethlisberger, Ryan, and Watson. Until Jackson has a second season, right? Like all these men have had a second strong season, I'm not going to put you that high. I'll put you number 9, and number 9 is very, very, very high. Wentz, Stafford, Cousins, Tannehill, Prescott. Now, Prescott, let me tell you, all those 4 I just mentioned, Wentz, Stafford, Cousins, Tannehill, Prescott, same. You know, and also Goff. Those 5 to me are like so interchangeable. And the only reason I have them below Matt Ryan and Ben Roethlisberger is just because Ryan and Roethlisberger have done it for the last decade, and all these guys have done it for the past 5 years. Now, Stafford has also done it for the past decade, but Stafford's also done nothing in the playoffs. Okay, so that's why he's in like but to me, Ryan, Roethlisberger, Wentz, Stafford, Cousins, Tannehill, Prescott, Goff, same tier. Then the next tier is Garoppolo, Carr, Rivers. Rivers used to be the tier before, but he fell off this season. Mayfield, Minshew, Murray, Allen. Yes, I have Josh Allen behind Kyler Murray. I have him behind Gardner Minshew. I have him behind Mayfield, despite how bad Mayfield was last season. I just need to see more from Josh Allen in terms of accuracy consistently. Then you have, like, the next tier is Daniel Jones, Sam Darnold. They're, like, in a tier on their own. I have Jones just a little bit more right now. Then you have Tyrod Taylor, Teddy Bridgewater. Yes, I have Taylor over Teddy Bridgewater. Trubisky / Foles. Drew Lock. And Drew Lock, I don't know. I need to sit down and watch my Drew Lock tape before I really am significant or I'm really, like, strong on this. I'm not strong on Drew Lock yet. I need to really sit down and do a whole Drew Lock thing. Tua Tagovailoa. Dwayne Haskins. Just before snap, I have him before Dwayne Haskins. Joe Burrow, and then Jarrett Stidham. Now, this was before Cam Newton was the starter again. I'd put him right in between, like, Tyrod. That's probably a little more, maybe before Tyrod Taylor. He'd be, like, in the Tyrod Taylor, Teddy Bridgewater, based on last season. Now, he could return to previous form, but that's what I got, you know. Again, these aren't, like, my definitive rankings. I was just bored, like, a month ago. And I just, like, ranked the 32 quarterbacks. Oh, and I didn't say Garoppolo. Garoppolo was, I did say Garoppolo, but I said it very quickly. So, he is 16 right now. He's right behind the Goff, Prescott, Tannehill, Cousins, Stafford range for me. Because he just turns over the ball too much. And this is not a new thing. Like, people think, oh, just last season, he just started turning the ball over. No. He turned the ball over, like, the 4 or 5 games he played the year before. For the Patriots, he turned over a little bit, but he actually should have turned over more if you watch the games. He's just too turnover prone. Goff had a bad season. Tannehill's had a bad season. Cousins has had his bad season. Stafford has had his bad season. Garoppolo just consistently turns over the ball every season. That's just what he does. So he's in the next tier for me. And I kind of even want to put Derek Carr over him, to be honest with you. But I put him ahead of Derek Carr, but barely. So that's my ranking. And one day I probably will come out with my quarterback rankings before the season. But I feel like that's an after the season thing. I feel like that you need to do that after the season, not before the season. Because people are going to hold you to that despite all the factors that have changed. And I already have enough videos to make as is. So, Yeah. And I was happy I made my Ravens video today because I was sure if I was going to have time for that, but I somehow got it done, so that's good. So back to NBA action here. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second. Anthony Davis working against Patrick Patterson. Davis, spin move, inside, almost put it in. He thought he was fouled. Leonard working against Danny Green. Pass out to Marcus Morris. Oh, Patterson a three. Gets it to go. Patrick Patterson hits a three, and it's a 4-point lead. The lowest lead since the first quarter, but a foul by Patrick Beverley on the other side. And here we go again. This is what the Clippers have done so well in their previous contests with the Lakers this year. Hanging around, and then asserting themselves in the middle of the game. The Lakers have to fend off this run by the Clippers right now. Anthony Davis at the line. And I think they called a clear path foul. He's at the line for some sort of flagrant foul. So he hits one there. Or maybe it was just a foul away from the ball. But since when is that a flagrant shot? Is that a new rule? Interesting. Oh, okay. It was a technical foul called against Marcus Morris. And he's now grabbing some bends. Someone in the chat asked, have I seen the NFL Top 100? Yeah. I just watch the YouTube uploads. I don't actually sit down and watch the whole program. But yes, I have. I'm sure there's going to be a follow-up question to that. Reggie Jackson working against Anthony Davis. Ooh, JaMychal Green firing from three. Can't hit. Rebound Davis to Caruso. Alex Caruso still being very quiet here. I mean, this is just not a good enough backup point guard situation for the Lakers. As Caldwell Pope fires and can't hit. Out of bounds. It'll be Clippers ball. Lakers up by 5. Kentavious Caldwell Pope had a very nice outing in the last scrimmage game, going 7 of 8. I want to say he had 17 or 18 points. Not quite having that luck today, however. Reggie Jackson dribbling the ball up the court. Kawhi Leonard has it now. He's been asserting himself this quarter. Hands it to George. George working against Davis and Green. George working against Davis. George looking to pull up. Now drives inside. Loses the ball. And they say it's Laker ball. So he lost the ball. 3 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second quarter and the first half. Here comes Caruso. To Davis. Davis to Green. Loses the ball. Danny Green. Oh, and a flop. I thought by Reggie Jackson, but they call a foul on Danny Green. I'm not sure if this is a legitimate foul or a flop. Let's see the replay. Oh, no, that's a legitimate foul. Yes, a legitimate foul by Danny Green on Reggie Jackson, which will send Reggie Jackson to the line on the opposite end.
I'll be honest, I am surprised that both of these teams and their stars played so much here in this first half. Both these teams don't have a lot.
Patton asks, is Patrick Beverley, I assume Patrick Beverley you're talking about. Oh, Pat Mahomes. Okay, is he really the fourth best player? No. I mean, I don't know how you put him behind Lamar Jackson. That's ridiculous to me. And it's ridiculous because, and this is the problem with this NFL 100 every year. Every year they say that it's based off last year, and then they do stuff that specifically shows you that it's not based off last year. Right? Because Alvin Kamara was still 40-something. Who else was high based off the fact, or despite not doing much last year? Tom Brady was still super high despite not doing squat last year. So it's not based off only last year. So it's based off you in total. So if it's based off you in total, it may be emphasizing the last year. Right? Okay, it's emphasizing last year. And I agree with that. That's how it should be. But then Patrick Mahomes is better than Lamar Jackson, point blank, period. No one is saying that. Like, that's just so ridiculous. You know, it's just so preposterous. Now, I personally have Russell Wilson over Patrick Mahomes. That's just me. But I'm not saying anyone's like wrong that they have Mahomes one. The only reason I have Russell Wilson one is because I don't think he has diddly squat in Seattle. And he still makes the absolute most of it. Whereas Patrick Mahomes has Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Andy Reid, and a good offensive line. Bad defense. But he has much more pieces around him than what Russell Wilson's been having to deal with in Seattle for the past 5 years. And then Russell Wilson has the test of time. Patrick Mahomes doesn't quite yet have the test of time, but he's getting it. Anthony Davis, double teamed. Finds Caruso. Caruso almost pulled up. 3 seconds left, but Davis is able to sneak past for the dunk. Anthony Davis trying to stave off this Clippers run, putting the Lakers back up by 3. The lead quietly went down to 1. He was so quiet, even I didn't notice. Kawhi. Pass behind. Paul George. Working against LeBron. Paul George. And a travel called against, I want to say either the Green or Paul George. I honestly didn't even see it. Lakers need a strong end here to the second quarter. Cannot let the Clippers pull even. Ooh, LeBron spin move! And a travel. Wow. How about the referees tonight being very strong with the travel calls? As you can see, LeBron's bald spot highlighted. And I don't like that call, as LeBron did lose possession of the ball there for a second. Patrick Patterson. Ooh, able to lay it in over Anthony Davis, and the Clippers pull the lead back to 1. The Lakers have let the Clippers work their way all the way back. It's 53-52. Lakers only up by 1. No Montrezl Harrell. No Lou Williams. LeBron working on Leonard to Caruso. A 3. Couldn't get it to go. Alex Caruso misses. Clippers looking to take the lead. George working on Caruso. Pass inside to Jackson. Lost it. Laker ball. Clippers won't yet be able to take the lead. And how about that? 13 turnovers for the Clippers in this first half. Far too many for a team that's trying to contend for an NBA championship. Leonard will sit for the last 53 seconds of the quarter. Caruso still hasn't done anything today. Can't believe he's getting these minutes. Caruso inside. Can't even draw the foul and misses. Reggie Jackson almost gives the Clippers the lead. LeBron working against George. LeBron inside. Blocked. And a foul against Paul George. That'll be his second personal foul, sending Anthony Davis to the line, where he's made a lot of money tonight. Davis hits the first. He's a strong free throw shooter. Actually, the best free throw shooter for the Lakers this season overall. Davis currently up to 20 points and 4 rebounds on the night. On pace for a 40-point night in this NBA restart. Misses the second. Rebound Clippers. A 4.5-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Kawhi Leonard with the ball at the top of the key. Guarded by LeBron James. Kawhi tries left, tries right, steps back, couldn't hit, Rebound LeBron, 2 seconds, 1, not enough time. I don't know if that was poor awareness there by LeBron or if he just didn't care, but that will do it for the first half. So 54-52, Lakers out in front, despite being up as much as I want to say 12 points. Yes, they were up 35-23 after the first quarter. The Clippers battled their way back in the second quarter. No production from Alex Caruso whatsoever. Little production from Kyle Kuzma. Not enough production from LeBron James. And just like that, the Clippers are right back in it without Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams. All right, so that is halftime. I normally take a break at this point, but I'm good. Let me just make some adjustments here, and then I'll answer some questions in the chat. Let's call that half, HALF. Let's move that way you can actually see it. And yes, okay. So let's see if anything's been asked in the chat that is worthy of being discussed. SB said, MJ, who do you think will leave ownership first, Daniel Snyder or James Dolan? If I had my way, they'd both be out. Well, this Daniel Snyder stuff, it sounds like he's going to be out soon. So I'll say Daniel Snyder, but both of them, man, I mean, they're already bad owners when it just came to personnel and running the team, but now turns out they're also just, pretty bad human beings as well, specifically Snyder. So, hopefully he gets the boot. Joe H said, do you think Kevin Byard and A.J. Brown got snubbed from the top 100? A.J. Brown, only because DK Metcalf was in there, and A.J. Brown is obviously better than DK Metcalf. However, is he a top 100 player? I don't think he's earned that yet, and I think it's fair to say he hasn't. He's a 100-ish. Let me say that. I'd have to sit down myself and rank the top 100 players, and I'm not going to do that. If I did, he'd be near it. I'm not going to, say, oh, he's definitely top 100. No. Kevin Byard is definitely top 100. And I don't know how you put Kevin Byard outside of the top 100 and you put Logan Ryan in. Now, Logan Ryan had a very good year last year, but Kevin Byard is better than Logan Ryan, and everyone knows that. And Kevin Byard had as good as a year last year as Logan Ryan. Now, maybe not productivity-wise, maybe not statistically, but if you watch the damn games, you know that. So how Logan Ryan could make it at 60 and Kevin Byard can make it at all, that makes no sense. And I don't know, that literally makes no sense to me because you can't even say that they don't respect the Titans because they put Logan Ryan on there. Now, he's not a Titan right now, but they still put Logan Ryan on there, so why would they put him on there? They even put Jarrell Casey on there at like 70. Like, he gained ranking this year, despite having a low year in terms of productivity and efficiency for him. So, I don't really understand this NFL top 100 thing, who does? But, yeah, it's just very bizarre stuff, man. Definitely very bizarre stuff. Patton asks, since you've left the great institution, thank you for saying that, of Vanderbilt, what does Derek Mason have to do to get fired? I mean, who knows? I mean, that's the question that I ask myself almost every day. At least every year. It just gets annoying. I don't understand it. He stinks. He's bad. He's awful. And, this season, you really thought was going to be it. Or at least I did. Like I said, there's no way we keep Derek Mason after this. There's no way we keep Derek Mason after this. And not only did we keep him, but I think we extended him. Or maybe we extended him last season, but he's still on that extension. I mean, it's just preposterous. They're not interested in improving the team. It took the AD leaving for them to get a new AD, and the new AD is not going to make those shockwaves right off the bat. But it upsets me because the old AD, Malcolm Turner, he left without firing Derek Mason. If you're going to leave, at least fire damn Derek Mason. Jesus. Now this new AD can't fire her, can't fire him because, she just came in there. So it's just ridiculous, man. But, it sucks rooting for your team to lose, but I root for the Commodores to lose every week because it's for the better, right? We need our new James Franklin in there. We need our new guy that's going to lead us, to something of anything, any substance or semblance of something anywhere. Because right now we're nothing. We're absolutely nothing. We're worse than Arkansas. This is ridiculous. We're the worst in the SEC. Okay, I mean that's just point blank. We're the worst in the SEC. So it's frustrating, but it is what it is. So SB asked, "You think Patrick Beverly is dirty or just scrappy?" Personally, I think he's my second favorite player behind Jaw. I mean, no, he's definitely scrappy. Is he dirty? No, it definitely can lean towards dirty. He's just very scrappy, very aggressive. I don't think he's dirty, though. I would not say that he's dirty. There's not many actual dirty players in the league, but he is hella scrappy. I mean, that is for sure. Kenny is going to the board right now. We have a question from H, the Arsenal fan, who said, "How far have you got the Raptors making it without Kawhi?" So I really want to see how these teams look in the bubble first. I will have my predictions after this regular season bubble. Right, I need to see how these teams are going to look because this is a different atmosphere. Everything's changed, right? Not much has changed. I mean, it's not like, it's not like all of a sudden the Dallas Mavericks are going to win the damn title. But how these teams are going to play without the crowd is going to be interesting to me. Like, I think the Lakers, if this was in LA and there was a Laker crowd right now, I think it would be ahead by a lot more than we are. But the Clippers are just instituting a much more of a strong basketball play right now overall than we are. Okay, especially in the second quarter. So, but, in theory right now with the Raptors, I mean, I think they can make it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. I think that they can. I think the 76ers are reeling. But I have to see again how both of those teams look for the rest of the regular season or this bubble season, whatever you want to call it, before I make an official prediction on that. SB said, "In that case, who are some dirty players in your opinion?" Zaza Pachulia. He's dirty. He's dirty. He knows he has to try to make up for his lack of athleticism. We all know about the Kawhi Leonard play. Zaza Pachulia is dirty. Outside of that, I mean, that's it. I mean, Andrew Bynum was dirty for sure at the time. That elbow to J.J. Barea. Like, you have to do stuff like that for me to say that you're really dirty. But there's not many really dirty players in the league because there's really no room for that, right? Everyone's in it for each other. And it is a community. It is an NBA family. So it's hard to get away with being dirty over time. I have a question here from Joe H. who says, "What is happening with Clowney?" I mean, I get why everyone asks, okay? Can we just stop asking? Because, I mean, we've been asking the same question since March. I mean, how many times can we ask the same question? I mean, how many times? No, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. So I'm just telling people, just wake me up when he signs, right? I'm just sleeping when it comes to Jadeveon Clowney. I don't care. Just let me know when he signs. Let me know when he doesn't. Otherwise, I don't care. Apparently, he was supposed to sign this week. People were going on the record saying he was going to sign this week. Who knows what's going on? I'm not blaming you. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, like, we've been talking about this since March. We've been talking about this since before lockdown. You know how long lockdown's been? We've been talking about the quarantine ain't last as long as this Jadeveon Clowney nonsense. How long we been talking about Jadeveon Clowney? So, I'm done with this Jadeveon Clowney talk at this point. I mean, I don't blame you for asking. But, yeah. I have a question here by Eric Weiss who says, "What are my thoughts on the Jamal Adams trade?" I think it was an even trade. The Jets had to get rid of him. 2 first-round picks is a great price. For the Seahawks, do I love giving up 2 first-round picks? No. But he's a future Hall of Famer, and for that system and for that team, like, he's going to be worth it. So I think it's one of those rare trades where it will be worth it for both teams. For the Jets, though, you have to draft well, right? Joe Douglas, your new GM, or new-ish at this point, he's going to have to draft well with those draft picks. But assuming he does, then yeah. But the biggest thing is you have to change the culture in New York. You have to get rid of Adam Gase or something, or make the players buy into Adam Gase, because if not, it don't matter who you draft. Because you drafted Leonard Williams, did you not? You drafted Jamal Adams. Are they not good players? I'm pretty sure they're good players, right? And they're gone. So what's the point of having draft picks if they're just going to get traded anyway because they're tired of being in New York? You have to get to a point where players are, actually enjoying playing in New York. because you drafted Leonard Williams, you drafted Jamal. Those are two good draft picks. Those are two of the best. Well, Leonard Williams hasn't quite reached his potential, but still, those are two good top five. Actually, Jamal Adams was 6 or 7 uh, draft picks in the past 5 years, and they're gone. So now you're gonna have more. What are you gonna get? So it's just that's the problem with the Jets right now. Yeah. So Patton said, "I'm just relieved that Vic Beasley wasn't dead in a ditch somewhere. What a mess that signing is turning out for us." Yeah. So apparently he had a funeral that he was attending yesterday. All right. This is what I heard today. And look, I tweeted this morning when it was said that, John Robinson came out and said, like, he, finally contacted us today. He said that he's coming, but he didn't give an excuse. I was like, okay, what is this clown doing? At first I thought he was, considering opting out due to, COVID-19. And, my stance on that is I'm not going to criticize players for sitting out due to COVID-19. Now, personally, if I was a player, would I opt out? No. Because I'm young, I don't have any vulnerable people near me, and I'm not vulnerable myself. I'm not opting out of this. This is nothing that's going to concern or frighten me. Now, you've heard recently, I can't remember his name, but it was someone that opted out, I want to say like yesterday. I want to say it was like a running back. Maybe it was Damian Williams, maybe it was someone else, talking about they had like an infant with cancer, someone that has lost children before, someone that has like elderly people that they're around. Yes, if that's your situation, you can opt out. I understand why you're opting out. I'm right there with you. So I'm not going to blame players for opting out. Me personally, again, I'm not opting out. I'm just going to say, hey, guess what? 3-4 months, I'm playing football. I'm getting my checks. If you're vulnerable, stay away from me. I got to go get my money. I got to go to work. Point blank period. This is not scary to me. For me, I got to go to work. That's my policy if I'm an NFL player. I'm not an NFL player, right? That's my policy as a human being. I wear my mask. I go out. I hang out with friends right now. That's what I'm doing because it's not a threat to me. I'm not around old, vulnerable people. That's what I'm doing. That's me. It doesn't have to be you. That's me. Because ultimately, people, and I should not get into this rant, but this vaccine ain't coming anytime soon. So for as deadly as it is, and it's not that deadly, especially to people my age and people of my health, I'm not going to stop my life because of this thing. That's just me. And if I was an NFL player, I'm showing up and I'm playing despite this thing. SB says, when the Titans got new uniforms, do you think that they should have changed their logo the same way as Tampa Bay? I've been mixed on the current logo as a graphic design student, but I do have nostalgia. I would have considered it for sure. It just depends. It's always nice to say, oh, change the logo. To what? Change the name. To what? Right? So I need to see what the logo would be, but something with a sword, right, like our secondary logo, would have been pretty dope. So I would have liked to have seen a change in logo, but, it is classic. And I'd have to change all my Titans gear if they did, so I guess you got to stick with it, right? Right. Oh, my light fell. Let me put that back up. So waiting for second half play here between the LA Clippers and the LA Lakers, as the Lakers are up 54-52. They were up by as much as 12 points at the end of the first quarter, lost the lead as the Clippers slowly but surely chipped away in that second quarter. I need to remove this. I don't know how that went through. Just catching up on Twitter and things here. I deserve a little bit of a break. It's halftime. We're going to go for the whole second half. So just give me like 2 minutes.
Do another one. Another one. This good? Put in that work, Devin. Don't give up. Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch 5 to over 7.
Do people still watch movies on TV? You know, why would you watch Avengers Infinity War on TNT? Disney Plus is $7. You ain't got one friend that got Disney Plus. They got 6 profiles on Disney Plus. Why would you watch Avengers Infinity War, which is 2.5 hours, on TNT? That's going to be 4 hours, at least 3.5 hours, with you having to watch commercials in between. Who watches movies on TV? I don't get it. I mean, I barely even have TV myself. The only reason I have this and I have Sling TV is just to watch the NBA. And I'm going to cancel it for the month that I have the NBA is gone, and it was canceled during quarantine. So we're back for the second half now. We're back for the third quarter. It was a quick return. They gave us like no warning. It was just, all of a sudden, here we are. All right, I'll get to the questions in a second. LeBron fires a 3, unable to hit. McGee with the follow, couldn't get it to go. Green fires a mid-range, but an offensive foul called. Wow. They're really calling players these days for pushing off on those mid-range jumpers. Very interesting to see. George firing and hitting over Anthony Davis. What a 3 by Paul George, and the Clippers take the 1-point lead. Their first lead, I want to say, of the game. Oh, Ivica Zubac with nice defense on Anthony Davis, as Marcus Morris tried to pull the chair ineffectively, but Zubac was there for the recovery. Lakers struggling to keep the Clippers at bay, and now the Clippers lead. And an offensive foul called now on the Clippers. So referee is still calling very ticky-tack calls in this game, leaving both players on both teams frustrated. LeBron frustrated as he doesn't get a foul call. He thought his hand was hit on that attempt. Anthony Davis mid-range misses. I don't like Anthony Davis and his tendency with these mid-range jumpers today. Reggie Jackson loses the ball. Here comes Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Pope working against George. Layup, no good. Davis tried to put it back. And they call a loose ball fouling Anthony Davis on the attempted putback. A very bizarre call. I thought this was legal. More ticky-tack calls by the referees here in the LA Clippers Los Angeles Lakers contest. Referees dominating the game here early in the second half. Jackson inside. And a foul called against Reggie Jackson. And that should send Zubac to the line. Very clunky start here in the third quarter. And no, it will be an inbound. And now Zubac is unable to connect on the lob alley-oop. Caldwell Pope inside. Couldn't get it to go, but a foul. Now a shooting foul, so that will send Caldwell Pope to the line. So an opportunity for the Lakers to get some semblance of points here in the third quarter. Hits the first. Couldn't hit the second. Tie game. Marcus Morris a three. In and out. JaVale McGee with the rebound. Gets it to LeBron. Green fires a three. In and out. Lakers really cold here to start the second half. Unable to grab a bucket. George fires a three. He gets it to go. And the Clippers go up by 3. Paul George and the Clippers are heating up. Oh! Collisions inside. No fouls called. Here comes Paul George. George pulls up from 3. Gets it to go. And the Clippers are up by 6 points. Clippers start this quarter with a 9-1 run. They are now up by 6 points, despite being down 12 after the first quarter, despite being a pretty heavy favorite today. Working their way through this game, no Montrezl Harrell, no Lou Williams, but despite all of that, the LA Clippers battling their way to this point. And the Lakers just not able to buy anything offensively. Anthony Davis continuing to settle for outside and mid-range jumpers. LeBron James having difficulty getting to the rim and getting his foul calls. And no one else stepping up. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope not stepping up. Danny Green not asserting himself offensively. JaVale McGee just doing JaVale McGee things. And just like that, the LA Lakers are struggling. Look at the box score. Kawhi Leonard now with 19 points. He's 5 of 12 from the field. Paul George now up to 20 points. He struggled in the first quarter, but he's gotten it together now. 4 of 8 from three-point range and 7 of 12 from the field. Look at the LA Lakers. Anthony Davis still 20 points. LeBron James only 6 points and 2 of 11 from the field. So LeBron James opening himself up to criticism if the Lakers are not able to come back on this one. Danny Green only 2 shots attempted today. He's 1 of 2 from 3, and those are the 2 shots that he has attempted. So LeBron James really the one that is struggling. And Alex Caruso, again, how horrible has Alex Caruso been today? Providing absolutely nothing for this LA Lakers team. 12 points, 2 assists, 1 rebound, 0 of 3 from the field. I mean, just terrible, awful play from Alex Caruso. I mean, just dreadful, abysmal, terrible, awful play from Alex Caruso. And I'm just going to continue to stress that every day of the week. Terrible, awful, ridiculous play by Alex Caruso. We're back from commercial now. Let's see if the Lakers can get something going offensively. Anthony Davis inside, couldn't get it to go. McGee, Danny Green a three. Couldn't get it to go. The one thing that has helped the Lakers today, the Clippers have been unable to retain possession of the ball, having another turnover there. 17 total turnovers tonight for the Clippers. The Lakers have turned them into 17 points off of those turnovers. You have to wonder, without those turnovers, or at least having half of them, what this league might look like for the LA Clippers at this point. So a fourth foul for Paul George is going to send him to the bench with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, this is very interesting as he's been heating up. He has 20 points now in the night. Very unideal for him to be leaving now as LeBron James turns it over trying to pass to Danny Green. Almost stole it back. Unable to. Now Reggie Jackson driving against JaVale McGee. He's not fouled, but he misses. Green almost put up for a three. Lakers settle. Davis working against Morris. Zubac comes to help. Oh, couldn't get them. Loses the ball. Here comes Kawhi. Kawhi working against Caldwell Pope. Help defense by LeBron, but nice dish to Zubac. And again, the Lakers are struggling. They only have 1 point in the 5 minutes and 30 seconds to start this quarter. LeBron almost fired a three, but then dished to Davis, who was fouled. LeBron, only 5 seconds left in the shot clock. He's going to have to pull up or something. Oh, with only one. Wow, LeBron James. Very poor play. Only 3 seconds left in the shot clock. Still trying to decide what he's trying to do. If he's trying to pull up, if he's trying to pass out. There was no way anyone was going to get that shot off at that point. It was up to him and him alone to shoot. Way late in the shot clock. Another turnover. LeBron James playing very poorly, and Kawhi Leonard hits a three, and my goodness. Timeout, LA Lakers, the LA Clippers. Up 66-55. The Lakers struggling mightily here in the third quarter. Only 1 point in the first 5 minutes. Wow. Losing all momentum that they had early in the game. And you have to wonder if you are an LA... oh my goodness, excuse me. I had a notification that distracted me. You have to wonder if you're a Laker fan, what happened to the early offense of Anthony Davis dominating late? Now, they brought the double team over. Right now, they're bringing the double team over. Marcus Morris will initially have Anthony Davis. Ivica Zubac will help on the weak side on the baseline there. But if you're Anthony Davis, you have to be able to find someone. If I'm Frank Vogel, I'm subbing out JaVale McGee immediately. Anthony Davis has to move to center. They have to get some more shooting on the court. That way Anthony Davis can kick out the ball to a shooter on some of his attempts. So I'd put Kyle Kuzma in at the 4 right now, or put LeBron James at the 4 and put Kyle Kuzma in at the 3, either one. But they definitely need an outside option right now because the McGee lineup, although you like having McGee out there for the interior defense, right now the Clippers don't even have Paul George in there to drive anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I think they absolutely have to sub in Kyle Kuzma right now, get back to hitting shots on the outside, taking advantage of the double team that they're offering to Anthony Davis before this gets out of control. Because Anthony Davis was able to have the success he was having in the first quarter and into the second quarter because he was getting to the line. This is no longer the case. And I can't believe I just saw this Burger King commercial. I can't believe that Dame Drops. If you know who Dame Drops is from YouTube, I can't believe this guy is now in a Burger King commercial. That's crazy. Wow.
This isn't just our way of life. It's who we are. And so all 38,000 of us across almost 2,000 communities are proud to share our expertise with you, our neighbors. We live here. We work here. We're a team here. Working stronger together. Tractor Supply.
It's hard to hope with crisis, so we get to work. We men fighting for every person and every neighborhood, bringing the hope of the common good. So bear the tale, be hope fighters. We're never divided. One live, give, always live united.
In a season like no other, every win is crucial. And that's Lake's Braves Sunday at 1 p.m. on TBS.
All right, back from commercial break now. We'll see if the Lakers can get anything going here in the fourth. They've been unable, in the third quarter. They've been unable to get anything going offensively thus far. LeBron James struggling mightily. LeBron fires a three. Gets it to go. So LeBron James now trying to heat up offensively, getting a much-needed three-pointer. So that brings the lead back down to 9. Kawhi working on Caruso. Pass out to Beverly. Beverly. And a shot clock violation for the Clippers. Okay, so Lakers getting a little bit of something going right now. Let's see if you can translate again to the offensive side.
With Caruso trying to guard Kawhi Leonard. So let's see if the Lakers can go on a little run here. Nice defensive effort to start this third quarter by the Clippers. Well, they're keeping LeBron out there. And James
Caldwell Pope gets it to Davis. Nice lob from Caldwell Pope to Anthony Davis. And by the way, the Lakers did what I wanted them to do. They didn't put in Kuzma, but they put in Alex Caruso, and they subbed out JaVale McGee. And you're already seeing the difference that's making in terms of offensively, the flow that they're having. Oh, I saw they did put in Kuzma. They put in Kuzma for Danny Green. So Danny Green left the court. They put in Kuzma for McGee, and then they put in Caruso for Danny Green, I'm assuming. And it's still going to be Laker ball as it goes out of bounds. And that was absolutely the move. So great adjustment there by Frank Vogel.
let that size and length finish it. Eubanks checking out. Addison will check in. Shannon in the game for the Clippers. Green remains. Beverly out there. Kawhi. The 5-4.
Kuzma. Oh, that should have been a fire three. And that's a travel by Kuzma. Yeah, he should have absolutely fired that three.
13 for the game. Clippers have turned it over 18 times. Turnovers have been a problem, though, as we know, for the LA Clippers. Approaching 5.5 to go here in the third. Early tonight, Utah had a come-from-behind win over the New Orleans Pelicans.
Kawhi working on Davis. Kawhi. Beverly, 3 seconds. Oh, and a foul by Anthony Davis crashing into Patrick Beverly. That's going to be a three-point attempt.
Anthony Davis will pick up the foul. He's got 3.
And you got to give Patrick Beverly that shot clock running down. What a beautiful pump fake here by Beverly.
Anthony Davis absolutely bailing out Patrick Beverly there. Just needs to get his hand up. They need to defend that harshly.
Two-time all defensive selection in the NBA and one-time second-round selection by
Beverly misses the first.
at the line right now.
Gary Sanderson asks, can I do this game by game, or I think it means play by play, commentary for NFL games? Like I said, I'll do for some. For some. I'll never, ever, ever do this like consistently. I'll just do it whenever I'm free and I just feel like doing it, then I'll do it. But yeah, for some I can do it. And now I have my own place. I can talk as much as I want. I can't like completely yell. I can talk as much as I want. But talking for 2.5 hours, 3 hours for NFL games is not easy, especially when you're alone. If I had a teammate with me, I could do it. But doing it alone is not easy. So Caruso, dribbling the ball up the court, gets it to James. Davis. Caruso. Caruso inside fouled from behind by JaMychal Green. Harsh foul by JaMychal Green, and Alex Caruso will be able to go to the line and get his first points of the game.
That's 4 now for Beverly. 4 for Beverly. 4 for Paul George. Here's Caruso at the line. First ever two-way contract player for this Laker franchise, and that is
Gets the first.
the NBA has implemented. The race for Kia NBA Rookie of the Year is heating up, and NBA TV has you covered with the best highlights.
Someone in the chat asked, where do I think Trevor Lawrence is going? I made a whole video on that, so you can watch that. I can't remember who I had number 1. I think I said the Jaguars, though. But yeah, I have a whole video on that I made like 2 or 3 months ago. Should be 3. Could be 2. And I think earlier someone asked if I think the Patriots are taking for Trevor Lawrence because they've had like 6 players opt out of the season. I would agree, but then I don't know why they signed Cam Newton. So I'm not going to go that far. I just think that for some reason, Patriots players just are like, oh, I can opt out? Okay, I'm going to opt out. I don't feel like playing under Belichick today. I don't know. It's weird, though. Deion Waiters a 3. Couldn't get it to go. A 3 by Landry Shamet. Couldn't hit. Shamet, I think he's 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 today. He has not been able to connect. Kuzma working against Beverly. Kuzma almost pulled up. Kuzma working against JaMychal Green. Kuzma to Caruso. Caruso inside. Nice find. Kyle Kuzma hitting Alex Caruso on a timeout called by the LA Clippers. So, Lakers now starting to work their way into the lead. The 11-point lead by the Clippers now down to a 4-point lead, 68-64. SB said, which city will get an NBA team next? I assume Seattle is going to get one, and they absolutely should. Nick Carini said, thoughts on Vic Beasley not reporting to training camp the first couple days? I don't know what's going on. Apparently, he had a funeral he went to yesterday, but why he didn't notify the team of that makes no sense to me. Something shady is up with that, if you ask me. At the very least, be professional and let your team know what the hell's going on. I had a sick day Monday in my personal life, right? Like me personally, right? What did I do? 7:30, I said, hey, I'm sick today. Like, I woke up this morning. I cannot work. There's no way I'm going to be able to work. They said, okay, that's what one does, right? That is what one does.
6 turnovers alone for the Lakers. I think our superstars are doing what they're supposed to do, and Anthony Davis and LeBron James for the Lakers and Paul George and Kawhi for the Clippers. But I've been surprised how the others have really stepped up for the Clippers to get them back in this ballgame, especially defensively. Both of these teams are excellent defensively, and I think they've shown that throughout the course of this game. Google returned the basketball. We're finding that
It's been a quick third quarter here. Already 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in the third quarter. Has not been the quickest of games. We're 10 minutes and 19, or sorry, it's 10:19 Central Time. Which means it'll probably end at about 11. Should have ended probably like, 10:40, but I'll take it. They were doing all of their promotions and stuff before the game, so. Reggie Jackson back in the game for the Clippers. Now, he provided them with a great spark in the second quarter. Let's see if he's able to do it again here in the third. Jackson working against Davis. Step back jumper. Couldn't hit. Rebound Dion Waiters, and here come the Lakers back the other way. Waiters against Shamet. Pass out to Caldwell Pope. And they settle down. Kuzma working against Jackson. Unable to find out. Waiters, I can't believe he didn't take that shot. Caruso in the corner three. Couldn't get it to go. Caruso with the offensive rebound. Waiters trying to take one-on-one. Dion Waiters couldn't hit. Dion Waiters just loving the opportunities to go one-on-one and have his claim to fame, his time to shine, his 15 minutes of fame. But it is not working out for the Lakers right now. I have no idea who this number 7 is for the Clippers. It is Amir Coffey. I have no idea who this is in right now. Number 7 for the LA Clippers. And a 3 by JaMychal Green outside. Amir Coffey. Is this guy... When was this guy drafted? Was he even drafted? He's a rookie. Where is he from? From Minnesota. Amir Coffey. Interesting. I have no idea who that is. Okay, we have some other questions. Some in the chat said, this is Eric Weiss. This is Anthony Davis at the line. Who's the next NBA owner to go? It sounds like, was it Glenn Rose, the owner of the Timberwolves? I think that's his name. What do I think of the Nets? I mean, there's not much to think about. Durant and Kyrie are sitting out. That's it for this season. Edson Omana asked, what's your job, MJ? I am a software engineer. What's good? Says, I see the Clippers versus the Celtics in the finals. Now, that's interesting if you have the Celtics. I can see it, though. I can see them beating the Bucks. It's not going to be easy, but I can see it if Jason Tatum keeps it up. Back to commentary as Reggie Jackson has the ball at the top of the key, driving inside against Kuzma. He is blocked. Here comes Kyle Kuzma. Kuzma lost the ball, able to get it back. Guarded by Coffey. Anthony Davis with the 3 and hits. A nice three-pointer from Anthony Davis. He hasn't been that strong with his outside shot, but that was a big one there, and that cuts the lead to 2. Lakers now chipping away, doing what the Clippers did to them in the second quarter. Here comes Davis. Unable to block Shamet, but he misses. Davis almost stepped back for 3. Kuzma almost took one, but decided against it. Here comes Waiters, working against Coffey. Got past Coffey. Davis fires a 3. Anthony Davis hits the three-pointer. And the Lakers are back up by 1. This was an 11-point lead just minutes ago. The Lakers have chipped away at the lead, led by Anthony Davis and some nice plays from Anthony. Oh, and Amir Coffey hits an outside three-pointer. The rookie, Amir Coffey, from the University of Minnesota, making his name known tonight. Waiters inside, gets it to go. Dion Waiters continues to be aggressive offensively, and it's a tie game. Another close game in this NBA restart here in the Orlando bubble. 1 minute left in the third quarter. Beverly. That's JaMychal Green hitting the 3 outside. JaMychal Green hitting back-to-back 3s of his own. He's finding his range here tonight. And I want to say that's his third three-pointer of the night. The three-point line has come alive as Davis fires and misses. Almost had another three-pointer of his own. Here comes Landry Shamet. Shamet fires. Couldn't hit. And a rebound by the Lakers. 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Alex Caruso having the ball now. They're looking for Anthony Davis. Can they get it to him? They do. Working against Patrick Patterson. Davis and Patterson. Davis looking to pull up, hits. Anthony Davis showing up here in this third quarter. Here comes Reggie Jackson. 3, 2. And he traveled. 1.3 left on the shot clock for the Lakers to make something happen, down by 1. How about Anthony Davis coming alive here at the end of the third quarter, picking up the slack? LeBron James has not been on his own tonight. Has not been holding his own tonight, has had his struggles tonight, but Anthony Davis hitting a pair of three-pointers, hitting that face-up jumper there, really turning it on here for the Lakers. This is what they need from him. Caruso deep inside of Caldwell Pope is able to fire. Got a nice mid-range jumper, but unable to put it down. End of the third quarter, Clippers 77, Lakers 76, and we are ready for fourth quarter NBA action once again, and it looks like it's going to be some damn good action at that. Clippers were down 12 points after the first quarter. Lakers were down 11 points 5 minutes into the third quarter. Both teams have battled their way back, and now we're almost square for the fourth quarter. All right. Love these NBA restart games. You got some good games today, no blowouts. You have to love that. We have playoff teams, so that's what you would expect, or we almost have all playoff teams. All right, let's answer some more of these questions here. SB asked, do I play 2K or Madden? I do. I play both, and I played a little Madden on this channel before, and I might do it again in the future. Edson Omana asks, what type of engineer/job do you have? Yeah, I'm a software engineer, so I'm a coder, software developer, etc., front end and back end. Ryan Peterson said, future NBA official commentator. I mean, hey, I take the opportunity. Guys, I'm versatile, right? I can do play-by-play. I prefer doing color commentary. I don't prefer play-by-play. I prefer, being able to shut up and then just talk and just, have a little nice anecdote every, minute. But I can do play-by-play, too. But I definitely prefer being color commentator, just being like, what the hell was Anthony Davis doing right there? Just being able to come in and out. I don't prefer doing play-by-play. It's a lot to keep track of. By the way, is this Die Hard movie good? What's the Rotten Tomatoes score on this Kevin Hart movie? I don't trust Kevin Hart movies. On Quibi. What is Quibi? I can't even keep track of all these stupid... Oh, this is a show. Wow, this is a TV show. Interesting. It doesn't have a rating yet. When does it come out? It already came out. No one's reviewed this thing? Huh. Well, IMDb has it as... What does IMDb have? It has it as a 7.3. Interesting. I don't know if I don't need another TV show to watch right now, though. I have enough on the docket. Currently streaming Dragon Ball Super. Yes, that's right, Dragon Ball Super. And I'm also trying to get into Succession after that, so don't need another TV show. LeBron James back into the game for the Lakers. 77-76. Lakers down by 1. They need this game to prove to themselves that they can compete with the Clippers in the Western Conference Finals. I know that they have LeBron, and he has all the confidence in the world. But if they're unable to perform in this game, if they're unable to beat the Clippers with no Lou Williams, no Montrezl Harrell, I mean, that has to affect their psyche. How about Anthony Davis tonight? 32 points, 5 rebounds, 8 of 18 from the field, 2 of 4 from three-point range. But LeBron James, 3 of 13, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, which you like. But, man, only 9 points for the quote-unquote king and 5 turnovers. Not good enough. And Paul George loses the ball out of bounds. It'll be Laker ball. Kyle Kuzma with some nice defense there. LeBron. And a foul called on Joakim Noah. That's going to be their first. Now we're going to have to watch these team fouls. They're going to be critical in the fourth quarter. Noah disagrees with the call, of course. How about Dwight Howard and Joakim Noah? This would have been an all-star matchup in 2010. Now, nothing but. Or anything but. As LeBron fires a three and misses. 3 of 14 now for LeBron James. This is one of his worst field goal performances I've seen in quite some time from LBJ. Jackson fires a three. Couldn't hit. Dion Waiters now is able to corral the rebound. Waiters. Inside. Gets it to go. Dion Waiters. So not having great range today, but able to drive and be effective. Dion Waiters with some nice points off of the bench for the Lakers in this contest. They're back up by 1. Joakim Noah fell down, but Jackson's able to get it. Landry Shamet, a three. Couldn't hit. Shamet's been struggling from three-point range today. They're really missing Lou Williams. LeBron working against Reggie Jackson. Oh, almost turned it over again. And they fouled Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard, we know his struggles at the free throw line. Will he be able to improve upon that come playoff time? That is a huge question for the Lakers this upcoming postseason. Someone asked me about my thoughts on the volunteers. Why would you ask about the volunteers? Football recruiting class. I don't follow recruiting classes, especially in football. That's not something I follow. Someone asked how much has Kawhi dropped. Well, let's check. I know it's like 20-ish. It's about 20, last I checked. Kawhi Leonard is up to... He has 22, and he's 6 of 14 shooting right now, 2 of 3 from three-point range. Dwight hit the first free throw. Unable to hit the second. He just flicks that thing. Jesus, what horrible form from Dwight Howard. And it looks like a lane violation here by the Clippers, right? A rare lane violation here. So Dwight Howard's going to get another attempt as one of the Clippers entered the free throw zone too early. Very ticky-tacky referees today, calling almost anything and everything that they see. Dwight Howard misses the free throw anyway, and it will be Clippers ball. Dwight Howard is such a liability at the free throw line, going 1 of 3 from the line there. Only one of them will be exempted. George to Beverly hits the three-pointer. Patrick Beverly knocking down a 3, and the Clippers are back up by 1. Caruso fell down. Waiters a 3. Hits Dion Waiters. Showing up here in the fourth quarter. That is his 5th point in the fourth quarter. He's had a nice stretch here. 7 points overall since the end of the third quarter. And the Lakers are back up by 2. Beverly fires a 3. Couldn't hit. Rebound Howard. Here come the Lakers. LeBron has to assert himself now. He runs into Landry Shamet. Runs into Patterson. Finds Kuzma in the corner. Kuzma hits. And the Lakers making it rain from 3. Clippers calling timeout. Reinforcements are surely on the way in the form of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. But a nice run there from the LA Lakers, despite LeBron James not performing well in terms of his ability shooting and also turning over the ball at will today. Dion Waiters showing up, Anthony Davis holding it down, and the Lakers back up by 5. Let's look at the box score update. Dion Waiters, what is he up to right now? So how about Dion Waiters, who now finds himself with 11 points, 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3. Again, having much more success going inside than out, but hitting that last three-pointer. Kyle Kuzma, 3 of 7 from the field, but 3 of 6 from three-point range, 13 points. LeBron James still only 3 of 13 of the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 9 rebounds and 7 assists. So he's still coming down with his rebounds and assists, but also having 5 turnovers, which has not been ideal as well. Looking at the foul situation for both teams, Marcus Morris has 4 personal fouls. Ivica Zubac, 4 fouls as well. Paul George, 4. Beverly, 4, as does Joakim Noah. Jermichael Green has 3. So watch those 4 fouls, especially when it comes to Paul George and Marcus Morris, as those are 2 men that the Clippers will rely upon late in this one. Marcus Morris we'll see, but certainly and surely Paul George. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 2 of 7 from the field, 0 of 2 from three-point range. Not his best game, but we know how hot and cold he can be. Alex Caruso still not having his best game, of course, 4 points. But he had the critical field goal and some critical free throws as well. Dwight Howard, 1 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 point, 3 rebounds. And I'm surprised that the Lakers have not had more success in terms of the rebounding today. JaVale McGee, 7 rebounds. LeBron, 9. Anthony Davis, only 5. Dwight Howard, only 3. Alex Caruso with 4. They have 37 rebounds to the Clippers 33, so they're still beating them in terms of the overall totals. But you would expect with Montrezl Harrell not on the court, and with the Lakers having McGee and Dwight Howard and LeBron and AD, they would be easily winning this rebounding battle, and yet they're not. Reggie Jackson is actually leading the Clippers with 6 rebounds, and is actually second overall in this game in rebounds. And how about Reggie Jackson tonight? 10 points, 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from three-point range. Also coming down with 4 assists. Love that stat line. But here we go. Paul George has 20. Kawhi Leonard has 22. These are the 2 men. Anthony Davis has 32. LeBron James has 9. These are the 2 men. The Clippers duo combining currently for 42. Lakers duo combining currently for 41. We're going to see which duo wins, and whichever duo wins will likely win the game, as the duos are going to be able to, are probably going to be the ones carrying these teams to finish out the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter NBA action again between the Lakers and the Clippers in this NBA restart in Orlando. And someone asked, do I follow any other sports besides basketball and football? No, not regularly. I'll just watch the occasional Predators game and the occasional Dodgers games because I'm fans of both of those teams. All right. And the occasional soccer game, too. So, Paul George has returned. Kawhi Leonard has returned. This is the battle we've all been waiting for. Anthony Davis is not out there yet, but let's see if these 2 can lead the way. Morris trying to work against James. Got to put it up. Can't do it in time. Shot clock violation. LeBron fires a 3 and hits LeBron James from 3. That is his second three-pointer of the night. His also second of the second half. And he's looking to heat up late as the Lakers go up by 8. Zubac! And they call a foul on LeBron. Now, it was also a travel on Zubac, but it looks like the foul came first. And the foul did come first. That is a good call by the referees. Kawhi with the ball at the top of the key. Almost fired a 3. You're going to have to do something now. Has it at the elbow. Fires. Can't hit. Rebound Lakers. Here comes Dion Waiters. Waiters passes to Green. That's his shot. And hits. Danny Green from three-point range as the Lakers go up by 11. George out to Beverly. Almost went out of bounds. And now it does, but it's still a Clipper ball.
The Lakers were edge on a 17-3 run.
And getting it done primarily from the three-point line.
7.5 to go. Zubac is gone.
It's the small lineup here for the Clippers.
Yes. And they tried a little bit more of this when they put now Marcus Morris at the center.
To switch everything defensively.
You like that when they go smart? I mean, they're so interchangeable.
And the Clippers, they can get away with that with Anthony Davis being on the bench here for the Clippers. And looks like he can
George inside. Yes.
Boy, he took that with authority, and Paul's got 22.
Lakers up by 9 now.
He's got Leonard on Howard with the screen. Fighting through is Leonard. Shot clock down the iron. Orchestrating LeBron.
LeBron working against Jermichael Green. Danny Green, another three. Couldn't hit that time, but LeBron with the putback, but there's a foul before. A foul inside by Kawhi Leonard on Dwight Howard. So the shot will not count. Oh, no, excuse me, it's on Dwight Howard, who fouled Kawhi Leonard. So it'll be Clipper ball, as we see the replay of Paul George slamming it home.
5 left in this one. 5 now on Howard. He'll lead. And Anthony Davis will check back in the game. Davis has been spectacular. 32 for the game. 20 in the first half. Here comes Paul George.
George working against Green. Passes out to Beverly. Hits another three-pointer. Patrick Beverly with a number of three-pointers today that have kept the Clippers in it. Patrick Beverly showing his range in this one. He's hit 2, and he was also fouled on a three-point attempt today. Dion fires a 3. Almost hit. Rebound. Anthony Davis. Kuzma will fire and hits. Kyle Kuzma from three-point range. The range continues to expand for both of these teams in the second half as the Lakers go back up by 9. Kawhi Leonard finding Beverly. Drives inside. Wow! Nice fake against Dion Waiters. Patrick Beverly showing his offensive repertoire here in the fourth quarter. Everyone knows what this rivalry means. LeBron fires a 3, misses. Rebound, LeBron inside, couldn't finish. LeBron James missing against Patrick Beverly inside. Marcus Morris unable. And timeout Lakers, 94-87. Some three-pointers being traded here in the fourth quarter by these two teams. But the Lakers back up by 7. Woo, NBA action is back, and it is action-packed. I had a question here by SB. He asked, do I think that the fact that this game is even close means that the Lakers are in trouble going into the playoffs? It really looks like their bench isn't playing up to par. Yes and no. I mean, I still think that they're strong enough to, have their, I'm not going to say have their way, but they should, beat like the Rockets, the Thunder, the Nuggets. Rockets is going to be interesting. It depends how hot the Rockets get. I'm going to be watching the Rockets very closely as we restart here. But, it is very concerning again that Montrezl Harrell and Lou Williams are out. But the one saving grace for the Lakers is LeBron's not going to be this bad. Now, one thing that I don't like from LeBron today, he's not getting past these guys on the perimeter. And I don't want to say that he's getting old. He obviously is. But this is something I've also seen all season from LeBron. He's really having problems exploding past some of the defenders when they meet him on the perimeter. Today, 4-16. Let me check LeBron James' game log. That's one of his worst shooting nights ever. He doesn't have those type of shooting nights. When was the last time LeBron shot 25%? I'm looking down the game log. I don't see a game. So he shot 30% against the Mavericks, which was a win back in December. But 25% or less, like this doesn't happen. So I'm hoping this isn't an indication of some sort of like regression from LeBron James. Age is catching up to him. I mean, it hasn't happened this year. Let me go back to last year. When was the last time LeBron James has shot 25%? I mean, this is going to take me forever to find. Has it even happened? Ever? This is not something that happens. So, yeah, I'm looking back through the game log right now, like for years. I'm back now 3 years looking for one game where LeBron James shot this poorly in one game. And I can't even find one game where this was the case. Not even a game. I saw one, he's 5 of 16, 31% against the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals back in 2018. But, I mean, this is just, he never shoots this poorly. Okay, I found one. Since April 1st, 2018 against the Mavericks, he was 5 of 21, 23.8%. But otherwise, I mean, LeBron James doesn't do this. So you're going to get better play from LeBron, and that's going to help the team. So also, you do need to consider that. Like, LeBron's always going to be better than this. I mean, this is a Pelicans performance right now, where Anthony Davis is carrying the team, and everyone else is just doing like a little bit, right? This is like Anthony Davis back on the Pelicans, but he's obviously not on the Pelicans. And for the Lakers to still win this game is impressive. I mean, with LeBron James playing this poorly, the Clippers should win this game. But they still may not win this game. So that's interesting in and of itself. And they call a blocking foul on Anthony Davis this time.
This is so close right here because you're wondering if Anthony Davis had slid over Paul George had his.
Yeah, and that's a good call. It's a great call.
That was an offensive foul when Kawhi Leonard went into.
It's a great call by the referees there. Someone asked Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield. I currently have. It depends who's more confident on the day, but I have Baker Mayfield right now. Someone else asked, would you have left the bubble for those Magic City wings like Lou Williams? Okay, well, first of all, he left for the funeral, and then he got wings on the way. I wouldn't have done that. I would have got Wingstop, and I wouldn't have, sat inside and took a picture with Jack Harlow, who also, I'm surprised no one's been blaming Jack Harlow. Like, why is he posting that on his Instagram? Like, are you an idiot? But, hey, what's poppin'? I guess that's all he said, right? But I hear the wings are great, so now I'm going to have to check out these wings, bro. Next time I go down to ATL, I'm checking out these wings because apparently everyone loves them, man. And what a great business marketing for these people as Paul George misses 2 free throws. How about that? Paul George, 2 missed free throws as Caruso goes all the way inside. Caruso coast to coast. And the Lakers are back up by 9 with 4 minutes and 52 seconds remaining. Oh!
It will be the Clippers ball. Watch Caruso. Yeah, but if you're Doc, how does this happen? This can't happen.
George Morris couldn't hit. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Caruso. Finds Davis a 3. Oh, in and out. That would have been such a crucial 3 for the Lakers at this juncture. Kawhi working against Danny Green. He pulls up a 3, and he gets it to go. A 6-point swing there. Davis misses. Leonard hits, and it's, again, a 6-point game with the Lakers still in front. Oh, what a missed 3 by Anthony Davis on the other end. Davis working to, oh, gets it to Caldwell Pope, who almost turned it over. Who they say it's Clippers ball. He did turn it over. Critical errors here by the LA Lakers. Caldwell Pope driving inside without enough of a plan. And this was clearly off of Kawhi Leonard, a horrible, horrible call. And they will review it good because this was a horrible, horrible, horrible call by the referees. There should be Laker ball.
And one of the nice benefits of this new setup where we're in.
There's been a timeout to challenge the out of bounds play. We've done with mandatory, so we're going to come back.
I mean, you have to just imagine how the referees with no crowds right there on the baseline can miss a call like that. How on earth do you miss a call like that? Hoo-ha 09 asks, who am I supporting? I am supporting the Lakers, but obviously my commentary will be unbiased. I always keep it unbiased over here at Sports Fan Entertainment. We must. Why is my hair not agreeing with me today? I don't know why it just keeps wanting to disagree with me. I don't know. It's bothering me.
Here's another challenge.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking. Where can you find something crunchy, melty, and only $1? Taco Bell's $1 Nacho Crunch Double Stack Taco. Order ahead and pick your
Only 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this game. Lakers up by 6. Review going on currently.
And look at the State Farm sign behind the backboard, how it moves. But did it hit Paul George's hand and go up and hit?
Oh, so if it hits the state arm stanchion, it is out of bounds first. Oh, okay, that's my bad. I didn't know that.
Paul George's hand and deflects up. Now we have a remote replay center here with Eric.
So it should be Clippers ball after the break here.
Officiating for the NBA.
But we shall see.
Office, and one of the veterans in this league, Scott Foster, taking a look and in full conversation.
And I think that's what's taken so long. Did it touch Paul George's hands and deflect up and hit the sign? Because this is a huge call here. The way the Clippers have been shooting here in this fourth quarter to try to cut this to a one-possession game with a 3. Because it certainly hit the State Farm backboard.
Reggie, you mentioned now State Farm.
Well, as far as stand, the time we reset to 351, it'll be Clipper ball flat out.
I think that is.
So Clipper ball.
Yes, so it is Clipper ball. The call stands. I do agree with that call. I didn't know that it hit the state arm little stanchion, but knowing that it did, yes, it should be Clipper ball. Lakers still up by 6, 3:51. It is clutch time. Anthony Davis, LeBron James versus Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Clippers, Lakers. Let's do this. Kawhi. Inside, loses the ball, stripped of it. And they called a foul on Pope. On Caldwell Pope. They will say it's a shooting foul, so Kawhi Leonard is at the line, and the Clippers are now in the bonus with 3 minutes and 38 seconds left. And I've seen this story time and time again with Kawhi Leonard. He just keeps coming in the fourth quarter. But LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they have to stave him off. They have to stave him off now. Hits both free throws, that Kawhi Leonard. And a foul away from the ball. It is called on Jermichael Green. But things are getting tied up. Things are getting tight. And we will see who's able to rise to this occasion. Davis to Caruso. Caruso inside is fouled. Wow, nice drive by Alex Caruso. Confident in his abilities there, and he'll be headed to the free throw line.
Everyone's concentrating on LeBron and AD. And Caruso has made some very nice plays here in this fourth quarter.
But can he hit from the free throw line? There's no crowd. Misses on the first. Alex Caruso struggling from the free throw line. He's 2 of 5 right now.
Well, if the Lakers go on to win tonight, LeBron James removed as Kobe Bryant all-time regular season wins tonight all-time.
Hits the second. Alex Caruso, a 76% free throw shooter this season, struggling tonight. 3 of 6, only 50%. Kawhi working against LeBron. Kawhi loses the ball. And they called a foul on LeBron. LeBron very upset. Let's see the replay. And deservedly so. LeBron deserves to be upset there, but Kawhi Leonard is still able to draw the foul. He'll be headed to the free throw line again. And this is why he's so dangerous in the fourth quarter. His ability to get to the free throw line and get easy points and be such a high percentage free throw shooter. Misses the first. So his first missed free throw of the quarter comes now with 3 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. Kawhi hits the second. 4-point game in Orlando. Oh, gets it to Caldwell Pope quickly. Misses. Rebound Clippers. I don't know about that quick play by the Lakers. And here comes Marcus Morris. Trying to find George. Can't do it. Marcus Morris with the ball at the top of the key. Gets it to Kawhi. Looking to work again against Caldwell Pope. Oh. Inside is Green. And he was fouled by LeBron on that one. Surprised there was no call there. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. What would be the Lakers' offense? They've had no offense outside of a Caruso layup in the past 2 minutes. And looks like another foul called against the Clippers. And this one is also on Jermichael Green. That is his 5th personal foul, which will send Anthony Davis to the line. Paul George also has 5 personal fouls. Hits it. 1 free throw there. Crucial one. Clutch one. Mr. Davis. Kyle Kuzma re-enters the game now for Kentavious Caldwell Pope as the Lakers go to their death lineup. Anthony Davis hits both from the free throw line. Lakers still up by 6. 34 points for Anthony Davis, 8 of 19 from the field, but he has been so effective from the free throw line, 16 of 17 from there. Kawhi Leonard working against, George inside, gets it inside over Anthony Davis. Paul George finishes, putting the Clippers back within 4, 99-95. Paul George, 2 minutes left in the game. LeBron James still being so quiet offensively, not working offensively. And Davis stepped out of bounds. Oh, horrible play down the stretch from Anthony Davis and LeBron James. This is not good enough from Anthony Davis and LeBron James. And yes, he did step out of bounds. Kawhi looking to work, looking to operate. Loses the ball, passes to Paul George, who hits the three-pointer. Kawhi Leonard almost lost the ball, got it to Paul George, and Paul George hits from downtown. It is a 1-point game. The Lakers are up by only one, just hanging on for a thread. LeBron, 10 seconds left in the shot clock, working against JaMychal Green, trying to find an opening. Can't get past it, but is able to lay it in. LeBron James finally waking up again in this fourth quarter. He's had such a horrible fourth quarter in terms of scoring the football. Excuse me, basketball. Wrong sport. LeBron guarding Kawhi. Ooh, Kawhi spin move. Almost lost it. Landry Shamet passes it away. Alex Caruso with an incredible steal. 1 minute left to play. Lakers up by 3. Anthony Davis dribbling the ball up the court. He has JaMychal Green matched up against him. Looks like he's trying to take Green on one-on-one. He lost the ball. He fell down. It's out of bounds, but it is still Lakers ball. Now, this was a travel that I'm surprised that they didn't call. But look at LeBron here on the replay, finding his way, bursting inside, not able to get past Green, but still able to power up. But how about Landry Shamet? Trying to find Reggie Jackson behind him, but Alex Caruso, brilliant basketball awareness, brilliant court vision and anticipation, getting into that passing lane, getting the critical steal, making the play there. Such a critical play here in this basketball game. I am still very disappointed, though, in the play and LeBron James and Anthony Davis late. Anthony Davis, I know he's carried the Lakers tonight, for the majority of the night, especially the first 3 quarters, but you have to go down low. You have to post up and get some of those spot-up jumpers you were getting, some of those face-up jumpers, some of those hooks, some of those post shots. He has not been doing that. LeBron James struggling to find his shot, fine. Being able to get to the rim consistently, he's able to do it there, but has not done it consistently. Very disappointed down the stretch because ultimately, guys, the Lakers, look, they have Kyle Kuzma, who's still in his, second or third year in the league? Is it now his third year in the league, I want to say? Yeah, third year in the league. This guy can't be relied upon. Alex Caruso, he's just out there. I don't even know what he's out there for. Danny Green, he's only going to spot up for shots, if you can, obviously he's just a catch and shoot guy. You need to have Anthony Davis and LeBron James carrying you now, and they don't have it. They're being too passive here late. Whereas Kawhi Leonard is attacking, getting to the free throw line, getting to the paint, and doing the things that he needs to do. 101-98. All right, LeBron. Danny Green fires a 3. Couldn't hit. And it's Clipper ball. And they're going to take a look at it, but it really looked like it was off of Anthony Davis to me. And I don't know what Anthony Davis is talking about. There's no... Oh, maybe. Maybe JaMychal Green. Ooh, JaMychal Green's thumb did come in there. But that is so close. That replay is so close. Who's to say that it didn't hit Anthony Davis's fingers again? I think JaMychal Green certainly did poke it. But who's to say it didn't hit Anthony Davis's fingers again before it left his hands,
So close. That is so close.
I think that's one that might stand, but So how about these back-to-back good close games that we've had? Let's see this replay again. Look, Jamarcus Green certainly touches it to me. But the question for me is, does it touch Anthony Davis's fingers before it goes out of bounds? And honestly, no, I think it might be Laker ball. Unbiased. I think it should be Laker ball.
So they continue to look at it. Again, these are the two top teams in the conference. Western Conference in 5.5 games separate them coming in. Clippers, though, just a game and a half lead on 3 seed Denver. And with the loss, obviously the Nuggets would move closer. 40.8 seconds to play in regulation.
But if you're the Clippers, you don't mind being 2 or 3 in the Western Conference. You just don't want to drop down to 4, because if you drop down to 4, you're potentially facing the Lakers in the second round as opposed to waiting for them in the conference final.
Well, think about this. Denver, Utah, Oklahoma City, and Houston all within 2.5 games, Reggie, of each other.
Right.
Separating third through the number 6 position in the Western Conference. That's a lot of talent, a lot of guard power on those teams. Usually we're able to hear Scott.
Looks like they're about to signal Laker ball. Oh. So never mind. So they said the call stands. It will be Clipper ball. There wasn't enough definitive evidence, and honestly, I'm fine with that call. I'm fine with it just being. I mean, I would have called it Laker ball, but I can't say for sure that it doesn't hit Anthony Davis's fingers before it goes out. Green did touch it. Green did touch it though.
44% shooting from distance for the Clippers.
No need to go for a 3 here. Plenty of time here. Quality shot.
So Lakers still up by 3. 101-98. Kawhi Leonard with the ball in his hands. Guarded by LeBron. Ooh, to Paul George. Fires a 3 and hits. It is a tie game at 101 apiece. A 4.5 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. LeBron trying to get past Marcus Morris, but able to get his own rebound. He shot it up, looking to draw the foul. It bounced off of the rim. LeBron got his own rebound, and he put it in. I was flabbergasted that he even made that shot attempt, just looking to draw the foul on Marcus Morris. It missed off the front of the rim. He quickly grabbed his own rebound and put it back in. But how about this three-pointer from Paul George? Wow! Knocking it down, hitting it from outside right at the top of the key. LeBron James with a quick response. I thought too quick. Able to sneak in and have the putback. Wow, 103-101. Lakers still in front, but just hoping, begging for this game to end. But Kawhi Leonard and Paul George will certainly have something to say about that.
Line, the desert never lies.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you were talking about Allstate and insurance.
Alright.
Let's try again. Ready back to flying?
Accident forgiveness from Allstate. Quicker call or quote today.
T-Mobile and Sprint have merged, and T-Mobile doesn't just have a bigger network, but a better one than ever before, with scam protection.
Still cannot believe that LeBron attempt, but he got his own rebound. He put it in. That's all that matters.
Get fewer scam calls, period. With T-Mobile's supercharged network, you can say goodbye to annoying scam calls and feel free to answer your phone again.
So Paul George has scored the last 8 points for the Clippers. LeBron has got 7 in the quarter, had 9 in the first 3 quarters.
Jackson, Kawhi Leonard, 10 seconds left. Looking to get in the hands of Paul George. They can't do it. Kawhi's trying to get it to Paul George. He does that. Paul George is going to have to fire a three. Paul George is going to fire a three. Misses, and that is it. Paul George wanted a foul. He couldn't get it. He thought LeBron's elbow was in his chest, but the Lakers sneak away with this one, 103-101. It was certainly a hard-fought battle. Let's see the replay. I didn't see a foul. It looked clean to me. But how about the defensive effort from LeBron James? And he did certainly have his arm on Paul George's chest. Now, was it very strongly? I don't see that. And it was like in his stomach, but that's not contact worthy of a foul. I'm not calling that a foul, not in this playoff atmosphere. Even though it's not the playoffs, I understand, but not in this game. The LA Lakers get it done. That is the final. 103-101. And wow. This is a great start. This is why we love the NBA. And then, so people, what I'm going to do for my live post-game, my live commentaries for the post-game, I'm actually going to clip out whatever I talk about at the very end as my post-game video, and I'm actually going to upload that as its own video. Let me make sure I pull up the box score here. But wow, I mean, what a contest we saw tonight. LeBron James, Anthony Davis, you know, they were able to get it done. And LeBron James ultimately had the game winner, and he didn't have his best game tonight, but ultimately was able to get it done in this NBA restart, and you have to love that. So I'm going to play the intro for my channel, and then we'll recap the game, and then we'll get out of here. Hello, and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. Just finished watching the LA Clippers versus the LA Lakers in this NBA restart here in this Orlando bubble. That is right, I'm doing a lot more NBA videos, including Laker videos, because I'm a Laker fan. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe already, especially if you're a Laker fan. But this was a crazy game. This is exactly what we wanted. This is why we missed the NBA so much. And if you're a Laker fan, you have mixed feelings from tonight. Right, you don't love the fact that it took this much, okay, and that it was this difficult to defeat the LA Clippers without Montrezl Harrell and without Lou Williams, two men that average over 18 points a game during the 2019-2020 season. However, the one thing that does work in your favor is LeBron James is pretty awful tonight. I mean, he came down ultimately with what was it? 16 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, but 6 of 19 from the field, and you know that included his late game putback to win the game, the game winner. But I mean, there was a point tonight where he was 4 of 16. Okay, and this was well into the fourth quarter. He was 4 of 16 overall, his worst field goal percentage since 2018. So you're not going to get this poor play from LeBron James. And also he had how many turnovers? 5 turnovers today. He's not going to play this poorly for you. So the good news is LeBron James had a bad game and you still won. Anthony Davis, this guy was an absolute beast. 34 points, 8 rebounds. Didn't have many rebounds today, but had 3 in the fourth quarter. 8 of 19 from the field. I was not in love with Anthony Davis and his tendency today to settle for outside shots. The Clippers had Joakim Noah in there. They had Ivica Zubac, but you shouldn't be afraid of those guys. Patrick Patterson, you know, Jermichael Green. You really shouldn't be afraid of any of those guys, except for Jermichael Green a little bit, right? He should have had more success down low for sure, right? So I don't love the free throw percentage, but he was able to get to the free throw line, 16 of 17 from the free throw line tonight. You know, definitely the best free throw shooter on the Lakers by far this season. He proved that tonight. If he can come with that sort of aggressiveness, I loved it. But the one thing is, in the fourth quarter, you didn't see that aggressiveness. It went away for Anthony Davis, especially late in the fourth quarter. He had the great run in the third quarter. First quarter had 10 points. Second quarter had 10 points. Third quarter had, I want to say 12 points. Fourth quarter, I think he had like 2. So I don't really know what happened with Anthony Davis late. And the thing is, for LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you know, Anthony Davis, we haven't seen him in the playoffs much, and we certainly haven't seen him deep into the playoffs. Is he going to, be able to step up to the plate and be assertive in these fourth quarters? We need to see it, and we need to see it right now. Because LeBron and Anthony Davis, I think they're looking around at times for guys to make plays. No, y'all two are the only one that's going to make plays. You saw today, Dion Waiters is the only other guy that can really create his own shot right now. Alex Caruso did a little bit. He showed up with a nice lay-in late in the fourth quarter. But no one else is going to create their own shot. Kuzma can do it a little bit. He can do it a little bit, but he's going to be a little inefficient as he does it, and he's young as is, right? This is his third year. Y'all are going to have to step up consistently, right? That's one thing that they're going to have to continue to moving forward, because you saw on the opposite end, Kawhi Leonard was attacking, right? They knew who was getting the ball. It was Kawhi Leonard. It was Paul George. There was no doubt about it. Those two men were not shying away from the moment. Anthony Davis and LeBron James, they did shy away from the moment at times in that fourth quarter, especially late. But ultimately, LeBron James did have the great drive, and he got the lay-in over JaMychal Green. And then the late game winner, okay, that was a horrible shot, the initial shot there, but he was aggressive. He got his own rebound, and then he was able to defend Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on that final attempt. Some people say that he fouled Paul George because he had his elbow on his stomach. No, that's ridiculous. No, that was not a foul. This is the NBA, and this is late in the fourth quarter in the NBA. You're not going to get that call. So ultimately, if you're a Laker fan, overall, I think you have to feel okay about this, right? You got the win. It was an important win. You continue to solidify yourself as the best team in the West. You split with the Clippers overall in terms of this series, but I still don't want to see the Clippers in the conference finals. I'm still hoping that someone takes the Clippers out before the conference finals, assuming we get there, and I think that we will, because they're going to give us problems, right? No Lou Williams, no Montrezl Harrell today, and they gave us hella problems. This does not bode well overall. And I'm still formulating my prediction on who I want to pick to ultimately win that presumptive Western Conference Finals, but we'll have that conversation as we end this bubble regular season. For the LA Clippers, I think you have to love tonight. I mean, really, for Kawhi Leonard to give you 28 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, he was 7 of 16. Paul George, 30 points. He was knocking down the three-pointers, 6 3-pointers today. He was hitting those three-pointers, 11 of 17 from the field. Landry Shamet was awful, right? He was 1 of 8. He was 0 of 5 from 3. You saw some things from Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson came in there. He gave you some things. He was 3 of 10 from the field. Wasn't great, but he gave you a nice spark late first quarter into the second quarter. No Montrezl Harrell, no Lou Williams. You lost by 2 points to the Lakers. If I'm a Clipper fan, I'm loving this. I think this is a great scenario for us. Yes, I'd like to win. I don't want to hear Laker fans talking about this, but I think this bodes really well for you guys moving forward. I'm loving this. I'm a Clipper fan right now. And Joakim Noah was able to give you some things off of the bench, providing some nice defense, some nice basketball awareness. So I think there's a lot to like if you're a Clipper fan. So I think Clipper fans are actually going to come out feeling better about this game than Laker fans. But Laker fans and the Lakers overall got the win. So we're going to continue to monitor these teams moving forward. And again, I'm going to recap almost every Laker game moving forward. So if you're a Laker fan, if you're interested in the Lakers and you're not subscribed, subscribe now. Until next time, this has been MJ of Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. See you all later. So that is going to do it for me. Thank all of you who joined me for the live stream. Again, I will do some games for live commentary for the NBA and the NFL. But then if I do, I have a little post-game recap like I do here. I'll clip it out and also upload that if you're unable to show up for the live event. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you guys. You guys made it fun in the chat. And until next time, this has been MJ. I'm out.